So welcome back to the Garena Premier League Week 13, Day 1. So I'm your host for the day, I'm TeddyTibbers, and joining me today will be my so-called best host, caster, co-caster, whatnot.
Hey guys, I'm Justin and it's glad to be back. Definitely glad to be back here.
But I'm not so glad to see you.
Oh.
I think, cause
well, it's okay, I'm going to be here anyhow.
For 2 hours, that's it. I just need to
hours.
take this for 2 hours. Anyway, so as you have seen today, the matches have slight changes. There will be updates and difference of the matches. Yep. You've seen the GPL.garena.com website earlier. The matches a bit off. So the matches for today will actually be, the first game will be MLE against Saigon Jokers, yep. And then the Kuala Lumpur Hunters against Saigon Jokers. And for those out there who are viewing right now, you should tune your volumes a bit lower. Do not put it to the maximum, as you might have a breakings of sounds, or you like to hear us break dance and sing and...
Breaking of sound? Are we trying to beat, the land speed barrier or something like that?
Speed of sound, broken. Anyway, so for those of you guys, if you're first time watching the Garena Premier League, it is a 40-week run, wow.
No, it's not a 40-week run, it is a 40-game run, and it's basically over 20 weeks long, where it takes over the matches in Southeast Asia and including Taiwan. So what will happen at the end of these 40 matches is that the second and third ranking team will go up against each other in a best of 3. And the winner of that will go up against the first ranking team in a best of 5 to be crowned the overall GPL champions for season 1.
But you are bad at calculating. Is each team have to play 40 matches, not 20 weeks, 40 matches? That's
oh yes, I am so sorry.
Yes,
my math is bad. Oh no, people know that now.
Yes, so for the GPL champions, they'll run away with prize pool of a lot. 40,000?
Is it not 40,000?
No.
I'm unsure of the exact prize pool, but I do know that it is staggeringly huge. Like, my paycheck in a whole year still can't cover that.
So how is 40,000 huge? You say it was staggeringly huge.
Is it not huge? Like,
how is 40,000 huge?
You get paid, all the players here are professionally paid, meaning they have a monthly, Salary. That's the one. I was going for remuneration. I'm like, wait, I couldn't pronounce that right. So they have a monthly salary, and on top of that, if they do become the champions of this, they get an additional bonus for winning. Yes. And this is all about video games once again, computer games. Like, isn't it everybody's dream? I know it's my dream, but sadly, my skill level is...
It's okay.
It's unranked.
That's why you're here next to me for me to crush when it's in game.
Yes.
Anyway, so moving on, we'll talk a bit about the league standing. So for those of you who have been watching, you will know that currently on the top is Sniper Assassins with 22 wins. Following on with Singapore Sentinels. For first two, as you can see, they have fought and should be able to maintain the first and second ranking. It's going to be quite hard to overthrow them, especially Singapore Sentinels, but it's still possible, unless you match him with third place as 20 wins as well. Right, because it's 40 matches, so you're going to lose every single match after that. Yeah. But everyone right now is actually fighting more for the third placing. For Saigon Jokers, Kuala Lumpur Hunters and Malaysia Eagles. The underdogs, Bangkok Titans, I'm not so sure.
They may be able to come back with a victory. A stunning, surprising win in the last remaining games that's here. After all, we have 16 additional games to go, which is 16 possible wins for Bangkok Titans there. So they're not out of the running just yet.
Yes.
A miracle can happen and see them, come back in a stunning overall victory. But we shall stay tuned. So at the moment today, what we'll be looking at is Saigon Jokers and Kuala Lumpur Hunters. If KL Hunters can win against Saigon Jokers in the second match, what will happen is that they will be one step closer to claiming the third spot. Yes. And in the first game, Manila Eagles, if they're able to cinch a victory over Saigon Jokers, what's going to happen is that they get to move a little bit closer to KL Hunters and a little bit closer to Saigon Jokers as well.
Yes, everyone's going to move closer and fight for a third placing, definitely. Just like, if only somehow everyone dropped to your standard, definitely.
If everybody dropped to my standard, it wouldn't be that interesting. But nonetheless, these are professional players, not my standard players. Definitely.
So moving on, before I go into the games, going to talk a bit about the events we have upcoming. For the first one, the LL Holiday Challenge. For those of you who have already seen it, it's from the We Challenge You, and please accept the challenge. Press that button on your screen right now. It's from the 18th of August to 9th of September. And you'll be able to win prizes like 7 days IP boost and 30 days IP boost, and I believe that Justin is one of them who's been trying to complete every single task.
I have been
Perfectionist.
trying exactly to complete every single task. I mean, there are 3 levels to this, which is one is, you know, the easy one, there's the intermediate one, and there's the hardcore one. Now, I believe that the easy one I've, you know, kind of completed. Now it's coming to the intermediate one, and since this is done every single week, you get to try out one thing for a week. If you succeed in that week, you can do it, you know, you can try the next level the following week.
Yes.
I mean, my end goal is definitely to complete the hardcore one.
Sorry.
Yeah, because you get, not only if you are able to complete it, you would have gotten 10,000 IP boosts from there. The 10,000 IP you have to collect throughout the week. You would have played so many extra games, so which also means that you've become that much better with the game, that much more fluent. And finally, at the end of things, you get, you know, the 30 days IP boost, which is huge, superiorly huge. Who wouldn't want that?
I was about to say I was going to crush you in this. I was stopping from getting expert, but then you just cut. I was like, I felt bad to cut you. You know, I had to think about your feelings.
It's okay. So there's going to be an ongoing challenge between TeddyTibbers and myself to see who can actually complete it first.
It's okay. I'll just cheat the system. I'll just go into the back end and then play it, and then definitely no problem. Anyway, moving on from there, we also have the National Day skiing contest. As you have known, the National Day for Singapore has just passed, but ours for Malaysia is coming up soon. Yeah, 31st of August. So definitely for those of you, do create your skins with national elements that represent Singapore or Malaysia. And if you think you can do better than these artworks that have been provided, the Summer Little Twisted Fate and the Harimau War, please do continue sending your artwork.
Definitely. Very exciting. We want to see them. We want to see the amazing artwork there. So,
so right now, we're actually going to move into the game first because the game has begun. It's not the game, but more of the champion selection. So I believe Twisted Fate's been banned. Oh, never mind.
Nope, it's Morgana. Morgana's the first ban, and that's pretty much what it has been all the time before. I mean, how many times have we not seen Morgana as part of the first 6? That's been
actually
banned.
quite a few times this past weeks, in my opinion.
This past weeks? Why do you think that is?
I mean, she didn't get banned, but she didn't get picked, if I'm not wrong.
Has she? Do you think she has fallen off as, you know, one of these tier 1 bands that nobody hates?
Of course, because you have your favorite champion now.
Oh yes,
You have
my favorite
the plant,
champion.
the green thing, you know, the flower that just pokes Morgana all the way. Even uses the plants to block the buy for Morgana.
Oh, that is so true. For those of you who were watching the Season 2 qualifiers for Malaysia, I was casting that. And apparently I gained a favorite champion, which is Zyra, because Zyra was either the most picked or most banned champion. It's definitely been one of those more flavor of the month at the moment.
Yes.
With Diana coming in as well, that's another very strong pick and strong ban. But I do believe Diana is actually blocked out for this week of the competition, but Zyra should be available.
Definitely. So we see also lost all the favorite bands, I suppose, is the favorites for the Garena Premier League mainly, so to speak, I suppose. Like
Yeah,
the Alistar bands, the Shan bands, I mean Malphite as well. If you look through our IPL, other countries, the bands are a bit more different. You see like Jana or Sona being taken out. Like focus more on their own strategy instead of banning those favorites of the month, which are very strong overall. They can do a lot of things like solo top in the jungle, or even in the bottom, solo bottom against 2.
It's actually interesting to note that Saigon Jokers actually banned out Diana. I'm not sure if they received a memo that Diana was not be able to be chosen, but they did ban it out nonetheless, so just being a little bit secure. That can't be chosen, but Zyra is open. But no, Sin Chao is the first pick. Possibly has not been locked in yet thus far. But it's pretty interesting. We haven't seen many Sin Chaos being used to a very high proficient level here in GPL. He has made a few appearances once in a while, but nothing else yet. But no, it's been changed to LeBlanc at the moment. So, ooh, I am not so sure about this LeBlanc. Teddy, what do you think? LeBlanc?
I would just say
us now.
I would just say that MLE is actually just saying hi to SAJ. As you know, they say Xin Zhao means hello in Vietnamese.
In Vietnamese?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. Xin Zhao.
That's why they always say Xin Zhao. Like, you know, in the games right now, people say just, if you have a Vietnamese on your team, just say Xin Zhao to them. And then later on, they'll slowly reply you and try to talk in English with you because you're being polite already.
Okay, so it is a locked-in Twisted Fate, but that's a really good tip there. And immediately responded by Saigon Jokers in a super fast fashion is an Ezreal and Sona.
I suppose, sorry, Sona, after the so-called buffs and some of the fixes, so to speak, she's one of the stronger support champions right now because she's able to heal, harass, as well as buff up your own teammates and yourself very quickly in succession compared to the past.
Yeah.
Like they hit her very hard and very badly, so to speak, on how the heals will work, on how the ratios of abilities are buffed. But right now, with this quick succession of speeds, spell changings, that changed the whole thing for Sona being more viable and usable right now. User-friendly, maybe. You don't need to spam that much. Yes, but QWE, something will happen.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. And I think what's the most amazing thing about Sona that I'm looking forward in the future, now this was released on the North American side and there's a YouTube video about it. There is going to be a new Sona skin and it's called the Arcade Sona and it is amazing. Even on the NA side, Freak did say that it could be coming out in stores and not just being out there. So I don't know whether it will actually reach us, but it would be interesting to if it sees. On the other side, Manila Eagles, we do have Graves and Tarek. So
the more aggressive combo, so to speak, with the stun going down and the buckshot in the face. Ezreal is a bit squishy in the beginning, but Sona is more squishy than that. So that's why it's going to be quite interesting to see how SAJ plays around this. Like for mobility wise, Ezreal does have the advantage, as well as Sona's buff passed together. But if Ezreal runs away, then Sona will be the target. And with Tarek and as well as Graves, it's going to be very easy to take her down. So it's going to be, it's going to be the old man with the gay dude against the.
Oh, so it looks like something did happen within Champion Select itself. So we will be going back a little bit to us to find out what happened there.
We will keep you guys informed. Don't worry about that. So just stay tuned. So right now you can get to see us try to do this.
Oh, we're supposed to be doing the Gangnam style, but I haven't been able to get it to get it like really done in rhythm yet.
It's okay. You can just stand on the table. I'll climb below
Oh
you.
my!
And then they won't see your face. They just see my face. So you'll be safe. People will know it's Justin.
Yeah, but people will see my hips being trusted. Oh god, I don't know whether anybody wants to really see that.
I believe your clanmates would be much obliged to see this.
My clanmates would like to see that. I don't know. Maybe I might do a video. I might invite you to do a video with that.
Century Gangnam style.
Century Gangnam style, League of Legends Gangnam style. One of those. I mean, if you notice, the beat actually of Gangnam style and what's it called?
I have no idea.
LMFAO's single. What was that called? Party Rock. Yeah. Pretty much has the same beat, and someone actually did a cover over with the two of them, and it actually matches beat for beat. So maybe that's why it's so popular, Gangnam Style, because it is a really catchy beat. The dance style is hilarious. It's definitely very interesting to watch, and the guy is really, really comical. I mean, I can't help but smile when it comes to things like that, and when I look at you.
Anyway, moving on, we'll give you a quick introduction of MLE first, since we do not get to go into that. As you have seen them, they were in game just now. So, can we get to look at their fabulous faces?
Yeah, so we're looking at MLE at the moment here.
We just briefly introduce all of them to you. The jungle was with ML Misery, and then right now Solindra, which was known as Dynasty, previous AP mid, now was support, and now a versatile player for MLE. Not sure what he's going to play overall, since they put versatile. So
yeah, I mean, he's like a floater. He can be anywhere if he needs to be. I mean, I think those really high proficient players are able to kind of balance out whatever roles they have.
Don't you know about the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none.
That is true. I mean, but when you have 7 players here, I mean, not everybody can be masters. I mean, there must be someone who is superior than another person when it comes to the role.
So we also have the new top reserve, which you have been seeing play, MLE Snoy. He's been doing quite a good job throughout.
He has. He definitely has. He has been turning a few hits out there, saying that Manila Eagles is coming back a little bit stronger with the addition of Snoy there.
And we of course have the AP carry Kaigu. Apparently, a lot of people are saying that they are the main reason MLE is winning. What do you think?
I think definitely certain players make up a team, like they're able to carry because that's, their role. So like, if the AD carry is really good and the AP carry is like, proficiently great, then, it helps the team progress. But if your carries are so-so, even if your support is, the best in the team, there's a certain cap which you can only reach. So, I mean, having the carries be one of the best players is definitely for sure there.
So right now, I think Rebecca will be more on the support role, and we have the other two VYY as well as some random guy, which is going to be me soon. I'm just joking. I mean, of course, they're all very important, but I don't like to mention their names.
No, you'd like to mention their names, why?
No,
Do you have a secret crush on them?
No, I want to see Nick's Water.
You want to see Nick's Water?
I'm more interested to see Nick's Water with Cassiopeia or something, with that random runes which no one will play.
I mean, Nick's Water, on the side, as he's on the side of Saigon Jokers, he comes up with very, very interesting combinations of items and combinations of masteries to make things work and to throw off the opponents. So what happens is that, enemies don't know how to react to them. So in the side of Saigon Jokers, he has been doing really, really well, throwing people off. And we do see this in, for instance, like IPL, in IEM tournaments from around the world where different builds are being done for the AP carries simply because their lane is pretty standard.
Yes.
They know who they're going to meet up ahead, they know what the opponent can do. But what is changing now is that the itemization and how they actually build up the items, as well as the runes and masteries are being changed. Now, if you go back in the past, about 2 months ago or so, getting triple GP5 items weren't all that popular.
Yes.
And now we see all of a sudden that this is popular. At one point, it used to be every hero that went mid and played AP used to get Catalyst.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
nobody else got Rod of Ages except for that. Like, that was the first starting item. And people are started to change after that to like triple Dorans. And now there is triple GP5s. And what's going to be next, God only knows. But
Triple Doran Blades. Instead of spamming spells, you just
auto attack them. so AP no longer exists.
in the early stages.
in the early stages, having the auto attacks.
Sorry, Diana will be one of them, I suppose.
Yes.
Diana still can maintain high burst even with a low AP in the beginning. Yeah, so that will be one interesting thing to see.
And the upcoming heroes from whatever Riot is producing has been having a very unique skill set. None of the recent 5 champions that has come out has been boring. They have had loads of things that's unique to them, and even the upcoming one like what's his name? The Bounty Hunter. Is it the Bounty Hunter?
Rengar.
Yeah,
it's not
Rengar.
a pride, it's a pride stalker.
Oh,
So you're not prideful enough. So
I'm not prideful enough. I can't use him. It's sad. He has another unique item to him, which is the bone tooth.
Bone necklace.
Bone necklace?
If
One
I
of those
remember
things.
correctly.
Yeah, and the next champion on top of that is going to come out will be the Void. I forgot what it's called. Apparently, it has some ties to Cassadin. It was released on the North American forums, and it's another one of those interesting champions out there that utilizes very unique skill sets. She does, yes, the champion does use like void balls and like distorts the field around her. That's as much as I can remember. So, balls of steel, balls,
the balls of
amazing.
darkness. Anyway, so as we did mention about Nick's Water, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to Saigon Jokers as a whole. So, they are one of the strongest teams right now, so to speak, putting up very strong fights against even SGS and TPA. Going to very own hunters to every single team. Like, they do have their special style. As you mentioned earlier, the picks and champions, they try to throw people into confusion.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe you get to see something like this today as well.
I'm hoping so. Since Saigon Jokers has 2 games to play today, both against opponents of their equal caliber, that's fighting both for 3rd spot, I'm pretty sure they would not want to slack off or give them an easy time. They want to make sure and show real dominance that this is why we're here. This is why we should win. And it's okay. The rest of y'all can take 4th and 5th placing. We are here to take 3rd and go up against Singapore Sentinels later and possibly win all of this.
Yes, definitely. So we have the bot of support Archie. Before that was the AD carry, as well as Steel Q on the special vehicle right there. Oh, so you have seen their faces, I'm going to introduce them. So right now the game has begun there again. Everything is going back to normal. The bands are the same. The picks moving on. They are taking a Blanc right there for SAJ side.
Wow.
And the Maokai. It will be very interesting to see. And the Yorick, nice. No, it's not even playing Yorick of late. Or was it Kassadin before this? I think it was Kassadin,
It was
right?
cast before this, yes, Cassadin before this. Yorick and
Never mind, they're going to say hi again.
back to Saint Chow
Going to
again.
hi.
So it's high for the second time.
Oh, never mind. There it goes.
And the best part is it's Manila Eagles that's you're selecting it, not Saigon Jokers.
Yes.
So.
Although
Manila
the-
Eagles being very courteous, saying hi in Vietnamese to the Saigon Jokers. Really nice that.
Yes. And I suppose we're going to see Irina to top.
Yeah,
No, the top lane is being very indecisive. Oh, never mind, there it
it's a
goes.
Lee Sin.
With a Shyvana jungle. And Twisted Fate against LeBlanc. So, QTV actually, wow, that instant lock right there.
That instant lock. Saigon Jokers has been extremely decisive from the moment they came to their banner picks. They knew exactly what they were going for, hence the instant picks between like Sona and Ezreal. And then like into QTV, selecting Vladimir. Really great stuff.
Yes, but Saigon Jokers team composition relies on just one thing. One main thing in team fights. Is how well Sona can place it out. How well she can make the opponents dance Gangnam style.
Oh, and that's what
Together.
they should do. They should come up with a Sona that forces people to do Gangnam
Then
style.
like shake it.
Oh yeah, like riding the horses right there. That was so amazing if that could happen. But we do see a lot of hard CCs coming from Manila Eagles. Now Twisted Fate can put on his destiny, teleport down where Tariq has another stun there, so it's like a double. If they can chain it well, it's going to be quite bad for either Sona or Ezreal if they do get caught. But on the other side of Saigon Jokers, if Maokai can properly do a root down, LeBlanc can follow up with her Urtel chains and possibly cause down another snare to happen.
Yes, and I'll talk a bit more about summoner spells later because they're a bit weird, so the matchup is actually going to be something different maybe. But first let's look at Nyx Water's runes for LeBlanc for this match, definitely. Because LeBlanc does have a problem facing pushers
Yes.
in the mid lane. And right now, it's actually going to be...
Flat magic resist, we have health per level, we have magic penetration, and we have flat ability power. So her starting level 1 to 6 will be really, really strong.
Definitely. So, and let's look at the masteries. Maybe it's going to be, I think it's going to be 21. Yes, 2109, the basic right there. But nothing out of the ordinary for this. But for the runes, normally LeBlanc will want to go for more bursts. Like for the glyphs, it might go for more spell penetration or ability power in early stages to burst opponents down. But I suppose it's more important against Twisted Fate to have some MR because the random cast will hit you is going to be very painful in the early stages.
That is true. I mean, also the extra health per level does help out, if she gets wild carded and like it scrapes her just by a teeny bit, it's definitely going to bring her down. I'm very sure she does not want to let her passive be activated simply and she lose out, her possible clone or her escape getaway.
Definitely. So let's take a look at Twisted Fate since they're going against LeBlanc. So normally for the AP meets they have a special page prepared for LeBlanc, which is MR.
Oh, and true. And now look at that. We have move speed, which is pretty common on Twisted Fate. We have 19 magic resist flat there, and we have magic penetration. So we have no starting AP whatsoever from Kaigo on Twisted Fate.
Yes. But this is going to be interesting to see. For the Masteries, maybe it's going to be 21-9 instead. Nope, it's going to be the same 21-09, but with...
But we're not taking mana regeneration, taking speed in the utility trees.
Yes, and also not taking actually the 1.5% more damage on the offense, instead of taking the single point in doing more damage to the towers as well as doing more damage to minions. Right
if you notice as well, in the offensive tree, he did not take ability power, but he took attack damage.
That's actually more common nowadays, actually. It's easier for the AP mids to farm. Like they start off with very low AD. So instead of the extra AP, you're going to focus more on the farming. You take the 3 points, physical attack, as well as 1 more in the minion. But right now he's going very aggressively, wants to push the minions very quickly and take down the tower as soon as he can, since that is something LeBlanc cannot do in the early stages.
That is right, but LeBlanc did think about something else and she came up with teleport as well. So even if her tower does get shut down, her global presence will still be really, really strong. And we do know that LeBlanc is one of those champions that can easily gank a lane, teleport to another side, continue ganking an entirely different lane and be devastating across the team. So if LeBlanc is not shut down early, at late game she's going to be
A pain to handle.
a nightmare.
I mean-
a real nightmare.
Yes, if she's just like from the first 10 minute marks, give her 5 kills,
Oof.
it's gonna be it's like going to be so hard to win
It's
after
going to be
that.
like a massacre.
Yes, you need to plant so many wards just to make sure that she does not come close to you at all
Like,
in range.
and even that, she can be distorting over the walls, reaching the enemy team. And with Sona around there, Sona can crescendo over walls with LeBlanc jumping in. And if that happens, Maokai can follow up as well with the sapling providing extra vision. So it's going to come down pretty interestingly to see if LeBlanc can actually win out Twisted Fate with the help of the junglers. See if anything can happen from there. So yeah.
But I believe it's going to be much more easy for LeBlanc to kill Twisted Fate because they have a Maokai. Yeah, because
It depends, you see. If Maokai is ganking top and map awareness is really strong, LeBlanc can go in and, possibly, make something happen. And I think that's what you're banking on at the moment. So it could be a two-lane gank at the very same time. So what happens is Maokai walks either top to gank top, and perhaps maybe Twisted Fate responds to that, and LeBlanc teleports down, splitting up the team even more, and that's why they get up there.
So right now the game has begun, so we're going to move into the game. We're going to see all the spare team fights in the jungle most probably. They're going to go to the blue, the red is going to be protected. So right now we're going to move into the game.
We're actually not going to move into the game. Haha.
Wow.
There is
I'm being misinformed.
You're being misinformed. No, there is the pause did go off there for the game, so there's a little bit of a technical glitch.
No, it's not a technical glitch. The staff behind the scenes want to throw me, and you knew it. You somehow knew it. See, I was like saying that it's going to start, and then you say it's paused. How is that? What have you done?
It's all a conspiracy from TeddyTibbers. So TeddyTibbers, care to tell us any of your other conspiracies of like your work colleagues trying to troll you around?
Definitely, just go to 9gag, you see conspiracy Keanu Reeves. Yes, everything is right there. Is it? Right, I think that's what it's called.
Yes, that is right. So this is what TeddyTibbers does. If you're off it, instead of working, he goes to 9gag. There you go, right there. No, notice the lack of denial. Like he just kept quiet.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. I mean, I sometimes go to 9gag because people, remember the Elliot, Jehuti and Ali. Someone actually made a strip about that.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
It got quite a bit of thumbs up for it. And it's great. So we are going into the game right now, and that's what we see. Hopefully there'll be no other technical glitches as we move to the game.
Oh, there goes the sapling. It's actually theirs, I'm just joking.
It is theirs.
No one.
Oh, but Mao. Ooh.
What Mao?
Muay Thai. Muay Thai. Listen, oh god, my tongue is so tied up today.
Is it Muay Thai?
Muay Thai.
30
Muay
seconds
Thai,
until minions
board.
spawn.
Whatever. See, he's dancing out. Oh, there goes the Ezreal. There goes the Q. He's spot. Oh,
that's
Tarek
flash.
flashing in. Everyone's flashing in.
Oh, the second.
There goes the GG onto Archie. Archie being a bit too aggressive
First
there.
blood.
Getting caught off guard, I suppose. He didn't expect everyone to be there.
Not only did he not expect everyone to get there, it was the perfect timing for the chain stance. Something I talked about a little bit earlier. That Kaigo waited for the very last moment for Tarek's son to wear off
Minions
before
have
landing the
spawned.
second one on top, ensuring the kill to happen. Really great teamwork there. Really great teamwork.
Definitely. So right now with a lot of summoner spells burnt by MLE for the early kill. So it's going to be much more easier for SAJ to win the early games in terms of the mid and the bot lane right now.
I wouldn't say the only thing that, or the only summoner style, if I'm not mistaken, they go off was Tarek's Flash.
No, Tarek
and the Ezreal.
No, see, Tarek is Flash, Exhaust, as well as with Twisted Fate, also Flash and Ignited. So see, and also Grace flashed in as well. So actually 3 flashes are down, Exhaust is down, and Ignite is down. So in terms of mid lane, it's actually a swap in the lane and you don't notice that. See QTV taking...
Damage! Oh. Forcing Vladimir to use one of his spots very early to the laning phase. This will shut it out. This being...
It's okay, he's a blood sucker, he'll be fine. He just needs a level.
He just needs a level, which is true, but he's currently being denied that as well, with Tarek being hidden away in the brush there, so if Vladimir does come anywhere close to it, he will get pushed out.
If he does move closer to the other angle, he'll be closer to the tri-bush, he'll be more susceptible to gank from Shyvana as well. We can see Shyvana and Maokai actually meeting in the jungle, a fight is going on, and oh, Violet, nope.
quite a bit of damage right there, but don't exactly get thrown. No present. Reminds you of Christmas, and Christmas is coming soon. I can't wait to get a game present, Teddy.
How did soon? It's like so far away.
It's in a couple of months. Like, I'm a person who loves Christmas. A few months is good enough for me. Definitely good enough.
No. Anyway, no, I will not give you a present until it comes. And I actually, if I remember of you, means you're important enough for me to buy you a present.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay, so you can see that Small A actually doing quite a good job actually farming at the bot lane against 2. As Lee Sin does have the ability to sustain much better early stage. With he gets to get level 3. He's very mobile to move about, and the sustain is there with his abilities. But for Vladimir Rice, it's going to be very, very hard.
Very hard. Yes. At least a level 5
transfusion. The ability to
suck blood. But at the moment, what's happening is that on the side of MLE Eagles, they are taking down the turret quite a bit. It is about 1/3 of health down at the moment. Where on the other side of Saigon Jokers, the tower is not even at 1/3. I think it's like at 1/5 or so.
I suppose this might be a tactic that we can learn. Like, you know, for AP top lanes normally need a few levels to stack up abilities in order to really sustain and hold the lane very well. But against the support and a very aggressive AD carry, they can't really do much in early stages.
That is true, except if the AP top is Gragas. Then he could barrel and be able to clear off waves pretty fast.
But his mana regen must be very high in order to do that.
That is right.
The cost is very high in early stage. If it's pushed a bit too far, it's going to be very hard, in my opinion. I think nothing wins.
Maokai coming here. Maokai, will he be able to get a root? Flash root, and it looks like Rebecca will go down. No problem whatsoever. Oh no.
But QTV will go down as well. QTV staying a bit too long right there. Wow, we can see right now all the fights going around the map. The camera is just taking us all over the place. So BYY most probably going to go down as well. Well,
that's something chasing way.
Oh, BYY actually not going to pop his flash. Going to be like, I can do this.
Oh no, but look, the sapling gets thrown again and forces him to cancel that teleport and to continue down the lane. So, a lot of action across the map, a lot of trading going on, and the bottom tower is actually almost at half health.
But that was like very timed gank, because it was just before, like maybe 10 seconds before their flash was ready.
Yep. I do believe that they would have planned it in a really good way for it to happen.
Yeah. So we're going to see this Ombak Lee Sin, so to speak. If you've seen our banners, we call it Ombak. For those of you who haven't watched it, you should watch it.
Ombak is actually a really good movie to see out there. And I actually really like this skin, so Exhaust goes in, or a teleport comes in as well. It's going to be a 3-man, and Junie never stood a chance.
Definitely. With Sona is not 6, if you gank her, she's like, okay, I'm just going to die now. Most of the time.
It's very difficult to escape from Sona, especially if she's so pushed out in lane where she's so vulnerable. And
I'm about to make a bad joke. Because the moves are too big, that's why she can't go fast enough.
That's why she needs, the speed, her
speed aura.
her speed aura to help her go out there.
So we're gonna see, I'm actually going for Ruby Crystal. Going to go for Heart of Gold, maybe?
Perhaps.
Spirit Visage.
I was thinking a very early Spirit Visage would be interesting, so he can get a Kindle Gem after this that will help him with cooldown, so he can possibly, use his Siphon Blood and his Tides of Blood to help him farm up there, but
more effectively.
The tower's already down.
Yes,
what can he do?
There's a good dodge by QTB right there.
Very
but he
nice
loses 20% of his health.
It's better to lose 20% than to get stunned and buckshotted in the face.
Definitely. I mean, if Shyvana suddenly came, then it would be very hard to save our life.
It's true, and looks like at the bottom, Archie and Junie trying to push away the tower, trying to make it a little bit more even on the other side there. It is 7 minutes and it is already 2k of the goal difference.
Yes, but they're most probably not going to be able to get it, as the lane swap has already happened. Lee Sin at top right there, and QTV is going to fight against the Lee Sin, which is, they're both at the same level right now, but in terms of the items, it is in the favor of Lee Sin, but Lee Sin actually got Ninja Tabi early to hold the lane, I believe. But it's not going to be so effective against his fight against Vladimir at top.
even that, I mean, to transition even to mid and late game is what's going to happen is it's a double AP composition. So will he be changing his boots later on? I think that would be definitely a wiser choice if he would use Mercury treads.
He definitely needs new shoes. Look at him, he's also naked.
No, the other, you see, Lee Sin doesn't need shoes. Lee Sin walks around barefooted in case you never got that. So.
Oh, why was you rude? That's why he needs shoes.
That's why
he's
he
walking around barefooted.
So he never bought shoes before this, and that's why he can't buy the correct shoes right now.
Yes, definitely.
So that could be it. But then again, Lee Sin is blind, so he doesn't know what shoes he's buying. Oh, the Destiny goes off. Where will he be teleporting to? But no, just a precautionary.
I think he used it to check where was Maokai maybe, or see whether they're stealing something. But I have
Yeah,
no
so
idea.
it was a precautionary one that was sent off just to make sure that everybody was on the map
Where
and
they
accounted
are.
for.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely because I believe it's because Lee Sin's a bit pushed too far. Doesn't want to be caught off guard, so to speak.
But they do have one ward near the red there on the side of Manila Eagles, inside with Jokers.
Yes.
And they should be able to see this, but Maokai is coming from the Tribush area, and will Lee Sin see this?
He does see it, even though he's blind.
He
So
does see it.
yes,
His
the gang
sixth
goes
sense.
on. I believe Smoy should be able to get out of this, no problem at all.
Oh, yep, no
There
problem
goes
there.
The dragon kick. And no successful. I would say it's not successful, I suppose. It's going to be very hard to gang the Lee Sin in the early stages, no matter what. If it's not a 3-man gang, it's just 2 people. It's quite hard unless you can stun and stun and
Yeah,
stun
it
and
needs,
stun.
it needs a chain stun there simply because he can dash away if there is creeps there. He can safeguard and gain a little and receive a little bit more damage. He can kick everybody away and
Yes.
destroy the sort of team fight that they have there. So and early that was going to be a little bit difficult.
Maybe they're training our kids right now. Oh, Terry actually using Shatter for no reason at all.
Yeah,
I
I think
know.
it was a little bit of a misclick there. It happens to the best of us.
No, never happens. We just click flash.
Oh look, Shyvana actually turning into dragon form and going to Maokai with the exhaust going on. Maokai has no mana whatsoever. Lee Sin trying to follow up, but no, the resonating strike does not connect. And
But
Maokai
is-
survives.
yes,
The
and-
Christmas tree survives.
Okay, so in this game, MLE might win splitting of situations.
Oh,
happening
look
right
at
now.
that.
Oh, that's a good dodge of ultimate right there, but you can see Nyx Water actually teleporting in, they're gonna earn the double kill, and Sona just barely survives.
Just valid survives. I mean, she did crescendo and immediately start moving backwards. And it was a very, very, crescendo to the face right in front of Tarek.
They're dancing Oppa Gangnam style.
But like Eagles
Okay.
takes another tower. Oh god, I don't know where the Saigon Jokers. They kind of come back from this.
They are
It's
coming
a
out
little
from
bit
this because they did kill both of them at bottom, so the dragon is free to be grabbed as we speak right now.
But Shyvana is moving there as well.
Let's
She
see who
does not have
smites
smite.
better.
She does not have smite yet. Smite's a couple of seconds away and she will not be able to get it.
Definitely not.
So the smite was mistimed there. Just as Dragon went down, her smite actually came up. So the Dragon timer went a little bit off, but not to worry. What's going to be interesting is that in the term of gold difference, it's only about 1,000 now. So
Yes. But still overall, in terms of, I think the items, the leading phase that's happening right now, it is in favor of MLE. But in terms of end game, it's going to be quite hard to say because the double AP compositions for end game, the high burst, is going to be much more painful to deal with when the team fight ensures if it's a 5v5 and Sona stun us, never mind, we see a gang.
Destiny comes in. LeBlanc is so close, but no. Decides to go back. Nope, being really safe there. Oh.
As you can see, Shyvana is one of those junglers like without CC, so to speak, without proper crowd control, but just his ability to say hi, and you have lost half
Oh,
life.
that is true. That is very true. I mean, we're talking about late game there, and LeBlanc's burst late game is insane. It's so ridiculous. LeBlanc would just come in, distort and jump around you, forcing you to use your spells, forcing you to destroy a sort of team formation that you have there, and she will happily escape.
Yes. So LeBlanc's in the team fights is more of like, when she goes in, you don't engage directly unless you can confirm the kill.
Yep.
But once she goes in, she just bursts someone down. It takes their life so low.
And it forces them to move away from the fight, especially if it's like Ezreal like this, and Ezreal's taking a huge beating. But no,
I still don't understand why. Why does he do that?
the shatter.
Yes.
The Shatter deals additional damage.
Yeah, but I mean, after he uses it, Graves does lose the extra armor as well, which is like in terms of the training, the hits, because right now they're not going to secure the kill, he should have not used the Shatter. I mean, Graves will be more aggressive to push on. I would normally, I mean, in my opinion, like for that, to shatter that glass, you should wait till the actual last minute to be able to confirm kill to use it.
It's not glass, it's crystal.
Glass, I mean, it's a glass, it's Shatter.
Anyway, so Dragon's Descent does come in. Looks like Maokai will get caught out again here. VYY. Ooh, dealing a lot of damage, and will Maokai survive?
Maokai actually forced to off the ultimate, and he actually survives, and right now, there goes the double kill onto SAJ's favor right there. A very good ultimate and composition and fight. It was in the advantage of, in positioning, it was the advantage of Saigon Jokers right there.
They also did have the higher ground, which also plays a lot of things because when Tarek was at the bottom, the limited vision was basically there. So not so good in terms of Manila Eagles, but they do have a very slight goal lead there, even though they are 2 kills down, but they do have 2 towers
and
up.
they do get, oh, right now it's in SAJ's favor because they take down the tower right there. Dun, 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 dun.
If Grace will...
You're not responding to my trying to be dramatic thing.
Dun, 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 dun. What music is that?
There's no music, that's just random.
Oh, that's just random?
Yeah,
oh,
but
okay.
you're supposed to respond or something. Yeah, but I'm so disappointed.
Ta-da!
It seems like the heart of goal right there. Let's talk about goal.
Let's talk about goal. Look at Ezra finishing his Trinity Force already. And on the side of Graves, Graves does not have his first main item aside from boots. But Ezra doesn't have boots as well. He only has boots of speed, not Berserker Greaves yet. So.
Because for all, in terms of the kills for MLE side, it's more separated, so to speak. But for SAJ, it's more concentrated on the AD carry, which really puts him in the very much more advantage.
Yeah, I mean he puts him in the lead, especially when it comes down now to the bottom lane. Where even though Graves did a pretty good job against Vladimir on top, it's not really the same now. The tides are kind of turning, and even Lee Sin versus Vladimir here, it's not really going in favor of Lee Sin. Vladimir being able to transfuse twice and bringing down Lee Sin, but Shyvana comes in with the red buff. Will she do anything? Oh, Timo play goes down, exhaust goes off. Snoy being very, very low. Vladimir could do something here. The teleport does come off. Oh, Pacific coming in at the same time. Everybody is joining this party. And Kaigu looks like he's going to go down very low. Safeguard from Lee Sin. Amazing play there. Really sneaky. Oh, the Ezreal ulti. Arcane Mirage.
Such a boring fight, no one died.
No one died, it was just lots of exchanges. Everybody got pretty low there. It's just because everybody started changing to different targets.
Because the fight ensured at top, the Ezreal and Sona actually went to middle. They took down the mid turret right there. And they're actually going to prep for Dragon, which is going to spawn out in the next 2 minutes. So
it's going to be really soon.
Yeah, it's going to be very soon. Let's see right there.
On the side of warding, just have a look at the map. It's basically dominated by Saigon Jokers. The amount of red dots on the map is actually really staggering.
But in the early stage, it was actually more green dots. Like MLE had the advantage.
Blue.
Oh wait, blue. Okay, green. Green and blue. It's the same thing. It's supposed to be green.
Well, it's supposed to be green, but this is colorblind mode. So it is blue. So there were quite a number of blue dots before this, but Saigon Jokers has been going around with the oracles on Maokai, and he's been de-warding and planting wards himself. Like, even if you look at the amount of items that, the amount of wards on specific teams, Saigon Jokers has more wards than Manila Eagles, and this is showing in how it's helping them out in terms of positioning, knowing who's coming and who's going across the map.
And it's actually very interesting to see for Saigon Jokers that Maokai actually opt to go for more old build, so to speak, as a jungler. He actually got the Mercury threats, not following what the Korean standards have set. Every jungler must go boots on mobility. Basically travel over the map. You can see right now, Jun is actually being caught off position, but no position going to be in his favor. 2 stuns goes down, 2 fights goes, ensures one on the left, top and bottom. You can see Ezreal take down Grace, Lee Sin take down the Blanc right there. Oh, Ezreal actually scoring more kills. His ulti is actually gone. He's going to jump over the wall. Nope, Ezreal is just going to go for the Dragon right now. And we can see right there, Ezreal right now is 6-1. He is so rich.
I mean, this will be the second Dragon. He's going to get a little bit more gold from there. And when he goes back, he can definitely finish his Berserker Grease. He could be building into his Phantom Dancer already.
Did you just say Phantom Dancer?
Yeah,
What an outrageous item for Ezreal.
Recently I've been seeing quite a bit of Ezreal getting Phantom Dances just to boost up his additional speed, and it has come quite ridiculous, especially with his passive Rising Flux, Rising Essence, one of those. And then with the addition of the Phantom Dancer, he's able to not only land additional crits, it also means that his Phage proc and his Sheen proc will also, his Phage proc will also happen a lot more frequently because he's able to land more hits. Whether that's cost effective or not, that's yet to be decided. I'm not really sold on that. I mean, getting a Bloodthirster to me, would be a better item.
But she's going for a Guardian Angel and getting Ninja Tabi for the boots right there. Going to opt to be very safe because overall, Shyvana and Lee Sin and Grace overall, they do deal out quite a bit of burst damage. So I suppose he wants to be on the safe side, or maybe he just wants to maintain his streak and become legendary at the end of the game.
I mean, it's not only about being legendary, but what needs to be known is that he's basically carrying the team for Saigon Jokers. And if he starts to fall off, if he starts to die, what's going to happen is that Manila Eagles will be able to catch up, just like this.
Just
so
like that. Shutdown.
With the shutdown going on to Graves, Graves had the additional 492 gold. So that's a lot of additional gold for Graves. And this is solely why people start building Guardian Angels really, really early. They don't want to let the gold advance go back to the opponent's team, which to me is the perfect idea. But Nick's also coming in very, very sneaky.
Instantly, GG.
Instant burst. Misery being actually really out of position, wanting to go into the tri-bush, but no, gets caught in Crescendo and bye-bye.
And now, Kaigu is going down as well, most probably. Unable to proc anything. No, the run. No.
He doesn't even have any mana. This last gold card is all that he has. The flash is burned now as well. And nope, he actually managed to survive. The top tower is still surprisingly up there.
Yes.
Not sure if Vladimir wants to purposely keep it there so he can farm a little bit more, or that he just isn't able to do anything. But a banger coming in here. Will he land the stun?
He didn't use it yet, right?
He did not use it
I
yet.
saw his movement, but nothing came out. So right now I can see Ezreal actually coming to help Vladimir right here. It's going to be a 2v2. No, Ezreal is just waiting for a chance to do something. Hiding in the bush. Being sneaky. Those sneaky bastards. Anyway,
I've been trying to be sneaky. Most of the wards of Saigon Jokers has actually worn off already, so perhaps that's why he's being very wary in case that all of a sudden Graves were to appear on top there, because Taric was there. And I mean, it's not a far-fetched thing to say that, you know, if the support is there, most likely the AD carry is somewhere really close, because you know they kind of stick together like glue. So.
Yes. So let's take a look at the amount of gold gained so far. It'll be very interesting to see. Because Vladimir has put himself ahead into the game, even though this started a bit slow. He has more gold than Lee Sin right now. The total gold he has is 6,000, almost 6,500. Very strong, very rich. And for Vladimir to gain up so much money in just the 20 minutes now, to his bubble death cap, it's going to be very devastating. The team fights to follow.
Especially, yep. When Hemoplague lands on top there with the additional 20% damage being dealt down, the burst from Nyx Waters LeBlanc is going to be astronomically ridiculous. And not only that, the Crescendo's extra damage, with Ezreal being able to poke as well, it could go really badly if people are caught within it, if more than one player is caught within it.
So, still not going down, still barely surviving. The minions are going to
No, but it does go down. Hemoplague does go off as well. Twisted Fate. Ooh, walking really, really slowly. I'm not sure why he chose that sort of position.
Maybe he thought that QTB will actually dive in, try to get the kill, secure it. But instead QTB, when he saw the ultimate, he fall back instantly. So I think it was a misclick, or maybe it was out of range. I'm not sure. We didn't see where Twisted Fate came from.
No, I think Twisted Fate could have spotted above him since Shyvana was at the bottom, but the flash does go off. The
Die QTB, die for being so brave.
No, he's still there, he's still very much alive, still very much kicking, still very much sucking blood from everybody around him with his transfusion.
He's transfusing blood, but with his transfuse, how does that work? That doesn't...
With his ability to transfuse, there we go. let's just run with that, you know. My grammar today is being a little bit haywire, but you know, oh well.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
But so far in the team fights, I believe that in terms of damage output over time, you'll definitely be the advantage of MLE because Grace already has that IE as well as his Zeal. Makes it a quick draw if he does not get burst down, which is highly improbable.
Highly improbable. But what's just interesting is that LeBlanc has a haunting skies.
Yes, and then she actually built the. Instantly got a team's unholy grail, actually going for more MR from there, and then not going for more sustain. Her overall ability power is actually not that high, but it's just enough to deal the damage needed to kill the squishies like Twister Fig and Tyric in terms of their lower MR in the fights right now.
Yeah, but Twister Fate does have the Abyssal Scepter, so his MR is not all that low.
Well, let's see, 8.5 plus 40 plus 10%. So it's 10% first, I believe, in not wrong calculations.
Yes.
So it's about, let's see, about 7 being taken off maybe.
Give or take.
It's okay.
Give or take two, depending on which actually goes in first.
So it's very weak. Anyway, going on, the dragon's going to be taken. This might steal Sharana, show me something.
Nope.
Nope, the bug shot is not the bug shot. Oh, then let's just go. Let's just see everything die right there. All the ultis in the straight line being used, and Shurella being popped, the kicks going on, and KLH takes down Misery, and QTV takes down Misery. Oh wow.
Everybody's sucking out everybody!
It's just a very messy fight. All the ignites, you can see everything going on. Sona being ignored, which is not a good thing actually. I mean, it's a good thing for Sona, of course, definitely. But it's going to be very bad for MLE overall.
EYY is barely escaping. Kaigo landing down some additional gold cards, always landing with the gold cards, hopefully picking people off. Everybody's at really low.
It was a 2... Oh, it was actually a 1-for-2 trade in the favor of MLE. I did not notice that. I thought Lee Sin died, but
No, Lee Sin did not die. I believe Lee Sin was alive.
Okay, he died too quickly, he respawned.
No, Lee Sin was alive. He was ignited. He did run to the top, which was the enemy jungle, and he ported back from there.
So observant in that messy team fight.
Exactly. I like to see everything that whatever's going on. From there.
I was just thinking about the meme made. It was shared on the Taipei Taiwan side, League of Legends, like the team fight ensures, and then the guy with the post saying, "I have no idea where my champion is."
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm pretty observant when it comes to team fights. Watching everybody see what they're doing. Like Twisted Fate did a quite interesting play when he saw that Vladimir was actually really low. He gold carded into wildcard to bring him down really instantly, even though Sona was right in his face there. So I don't know. For me, Kaigo is doing a really good job being able to maintain not only in terms of farm, but helping out in terms of like team kills and things of that sort.
Yes, die, Bloodsucker. Because when I see you,
Oh,
I
nice spot.
of
Will
them
he be able
being-
to land a stun? Yep, no problem there.
No problem there. If you're going to be killed, taken down very easily right there. No problem at all.
Right there.
Yes, you know why I hate Vladimir?
Why?
Because it makes me think of Twilight. Together at Warwick.
Together with Warwick.
Yes, the bad combination. Please don't let me see that.
Oh,
Okay,
look at this.
MLE actually going for sneaky Baron right there, and Grace holding the bottom lane with LeBlanc right there. And he's playing very safe.
Oh, Maokai throws the scepter, so Maokai knows what's going on. Azrael is there. Azrael does not have his ultimate up yet. Will they be able to take it, or will they be moving back? They will be moving back. Scepter does go off, Rebecca does get bursted out really quickly. Founding Swatter coming in, and Taiwan will go down as well. No problem. At least it's flying across like a boss. Bringing on Sona, but is it worth it when he gets killed as well?
He might not die.
Oh no! Wow.
Never mind, there was a flash. Okay, I take that back.
He may be able to come out now. Will he land another ward? He
Nope.
does not have an additional ward. Hoping that he would jump off to Baron, but
Oh.
BYY is there. Nice safeguard.
Okay, Archie is being aggro by the Baron together.
Oh, but will Archie go down? No. BYY deciding to be safe and to back away from there. He does have his Ezreal does have his Guardian Angels up, so even if that were to happen, it would not have gone well for Graves. So I think it was a really good call for him to go back.
Definitely. So right now it's going to be. It was very interesting. They did. SAJ actually did it very well. Like LeBlanc was forcing the push at bottom, and they knew that teleport was up. We have no problem coming back if they were doing the Baron. And she just did teleport. I was like, hi, whoop, whoop. Something died. Free gifts.
I mean, on the side of MLE, they either should have really committed and died or I don't think so. They should have backed off, or they should have backed off and backed off completely, instead of leasing diving back in and things like that. Like the kill on Sona was not that necessary, because what would happen is that if Saigon Jokers were to turn around and then do Baron, no one could have come inside there and helped with the smite. Nobody could have gone inside there and possibly stolen it. So it was a very big risk, and I don't know, and I don't think that it actually was the right decision for Lee Sin to go back in just to get the kill on Sona.
Yeah. Okay, so right now the Orcas for both teams are down, I believe. Maokai died as well. And Interrogate died, so there's no more Orcas. And QTV trying to be the boss. Please die.
Oh, Sona coming up there, but
but she doesn't have an ultimate. She's forced to fall back. It's actually just came out.
Just barely.
There goes this.
Everybody's like in this party. It's a lot of team fight centrics, a lot of people ganking each other.
And when the gangs happen, all the backup is just right there. Like,
Right there.
The fights are happening.
It would seem as if they're like kind of ghosting each other. And
maybe they're like whispering to each other, hey, I'm here right now. I try to make this fight as interesting as possible for the audience.
I mean, it definitely seems that way. It's like wherever one person seems to be, everybody else is, and ensuing in like the next couple of seconds, they're right there.
Yes, they just follow up from there very quickly.
So Saigon Jokers is doing a lot of warding on the upper side of the map, possibly hoping to take Baron relatively soon if Manila Eagles is spotted at the bottom. But Manila Eagles not separating from each other, pretty much being grouped up together in case anything interesting happens, or Saigon Jokers try to pull a quick Baron on them.
Yeah, but right now in terms of the items, I'm just looking very closely at the items. It's going to be very hard for MLE to survive any fights. If the ultimates if the AP ultimates like Vladimir hits everyone together with LeBlanc, just anyone at all, doesn't really matter at this point, except for Lee Sin. Lee Sin does have his explosive mana up. In terms of overall MR of the team, it's very low except for Kaiku.
It is very low, and actually this is what the analysis of what has been going on in like the recent tournaments is that, and what teams have been learning is that once you get your one damaging item, which is Trinity Force or Rabadon's Death Cap or whatever it may be, they immediately start building into either Zonia's Hourglass or Guardian Angel, simply for survivability, because a fight in the mid game can throw off the late game by a huge margin. And whatever lead within the early game can be instantly lost in a mid-game team fight. So people like going for the safer route. They like building a little bit more MR. No steal goes off there, no bit late.
Wow, that dragon is so great. He's diving like a boss. There he goes. So right
And
now,
Saigon Jokers gets 2 dragons. 1 champion, 1 nitro.
there's 2 dragons on that. One's a half dragon, but I suppose that was blue. Oh, the Shredder goes down. Archie being too aggressive, being caught right there.
GA does proc.
And right now we're going to see QTV being taken down. Oh no, his transfusion. Oh, not transfusion. His pool of blood.
Snowy being so low. Look at that live bar. Oh, will he be able to escape? Kaigo does open off Destiny and pots back. Shutdown goes on.
And Snowy goes down.
Snowy goes down.
That was a very huge risk to take overall, because like Twisted Fate does not have that overall burst potential right now. It's more defensive MR, so to speak.
Yeah.
With his sorry, there was a slight glitch on the screen right there, so it made me really stop for a while. So it's been fixed.
No worries there, just minor technical glitches.
And we also have, I think we have a question from the players because I mentioned Sona's boom so late. So we actually, someone's asking us, is Ari or Sona bigger? So we had this discussion earlier, and then
we actually did have a discussion earlier. This is not all. This wasn't planned or anything of that sort. But
Justin mentioned that Sona's would be bigger because Ari has displaced boobs.
Ari does have displaced boobs. If you look at any of her art, you would see that her boobs are kind of like squished to the side, like as if she has this glass pane that's like from a 45-degree angle. If you don't believe me, go check out the artwork and tell me that her boobs are not displaced, and I will happily dispute you on that.
So I suppose in terms of frontal view, Sona's will be larger.
In terms of frontal
from a
view?
side view. Aries will be much bigger.
Oh yeah, that is true. If you actually go to Don Murray's fan page, he did post up a keychain of Sona, and even in the keychain, her boobs are like the main focal focus. But we digress. Tarek was bursted out instantly by LeBlanc. The rest actually, Shyvana has quite a bit of health on her. With Lantern, with Aegis of the Legion, so we have additional ammo for the team. It would be great if Tarek got another Aegis, so it's, you know, the double amount.
I actually thought that Tarek had a now magic mantle, but did he sell it or did I just saw it wrongly?
I'm not sure. I wasn't actually paying attention very much to the items on Tarek, but that very well could have been the case. But look at Archie and Archie. Whoa!
Oh, they just flash out Dive Beam right there.
Look at that!
Wow.
The Shyvana coming in, possibly trying to steal, but the whole thing is all messed up. Everybody's everywhere, everyone is dying, and nothing is happening for Manila Eagles. It is a 10k goal lead with Berenbach with 11 kills up at this moment, and it looks like Saigon Jokers will be able to take this inhibitor no problem whatsoever. I don't know if Manila Eagles can come back from this.
I really don't. It's going to be very hard right now. I believe right now it's really in the favor of SAJ overall. So I was going to make a very bad joke again.
Let's hear it.
Because you know the Ari and Sona are all talking about. So the main reason why MLE lost right now is because Shyvana's boobs aren't big enough. So they're just distracted by Sona. So they just stand in front of ultimate.
Actually, that has been happening quite a bit to Tarek. Tarek has gotten a few ultimates to the face from Sona, so I don't know.
But Tarek's gay.
Exactly. This is the gay Tarek skin, the pink Tarek. So I don't know. I think Tarek's skin needs a bit of rework there. All his skins are not that amazing.
No, you must see the NA style for Tarek. It's very. It's gender bending, I suppose. But for Asian artwork for Tarek, he is so cool. It's like some
that is right.
yeah, like the comics superheroes. But yeah, that doesn't apply here.
It doesn't really apply here. But if you guys are interested to find out what we're talking about, ooh, the pod has go off. Escaping to safety there, doesn't want to get bursted out, doesn't want to get killed, especially with Baron buff. Vladimir is going to be all that much potent. He does have Zonya, he does have Rabadon, the Hextech Revolver is there, the Chain Vest is there. I'm not sure why the Chain Vest is there. It's going to be a Guardian Angel really quickly by Vladimir. It's going to be devastating.
They're going to be like M5. It's going to be a whole Guardian Angel team. As you can see that LeBlanc actually has a now magic mentor. I don't think she's going to build into anything which, other than Guardian Angel, then she goes for Aegis of Legion, which will not make that
It
much
doesn't really make much sense. Would be pretty interesting to see what happens there. Yeah. But look at the bottom. Bottom is being pushed. Top is being pushed. Middle is, Vladimir's going to go in there and start pushing as well. Kaigo taking loads of damage. Look at that auto binding.
He's definitely going to
Bye, Kaigo.
Yes. When you play Twisted Fate, if you go for other items, except for Rabadon, as the first item, you're going to not be able to do enough damage. So far I've seen.
I mean, and especially against a LeBlanc. LeBlanc will be able to outburst you unless you go, like really strong AP. But even in the runes and mastery setup, that wasn't the case. Or the root does go off. Oh, look at that. Sando and then Arcane Barrage on top of it. Everybody's getting bursted down on top of that. Next water coming up to clean up from the back. The inhibitor will go down, no problem. The minions are pushing. The
I think Misery is being very. I can't remember. Oh, my English got stuck there. No, Misery.
He's being a playmaker.
No, Misery is being very. Misery. What's the other word for Misery?
Sad.
No, Miss.
And there goes the next.
There goes the next one. Let me take of this.
Bye.
Like Misery. When you feel
with sorrow.
No, you feel miserable. Yes, so Misery, feeling very miserable. He actually dived through every single team fight. He dived through the back, he just flew over everyone, and 5 champions fought against him 5v1 like 3 times in a row.
I mean, he is trying to make something work, but I feel really bad for Manila Eagles. I mean, they did come up with an amazing start. Yes, they had the advantage there, but what happened was that with LeBlanc's teleport, keeping up on lanes, the lane swap worked out for a while, but they weren't able to actually continue forth. So I actually feel really bad for them. It was a very close game when it came to mid game, but that dance around Baron of I trade for you, you trade for me, I dive in, you dive on the other side. That they actually did not work out well.
Yes,
So
not work out.
we're actually going to go into the score screen and see, you know, the cumulative effect of gold and items of what they had right there.
Yeah, so you can see that Graves is actually doing a very good job. The only reason why he lost to Ezreal mainly because of the kills. Right there. Like, Ezreal seriously just getting almost every single kill in the team fights, at least one kill from there. No problem at all. With also 10 assists, it's very easy to get assists as Ezreal. Just use your buff.
Yeah, your Essence Flux.
Yes, use Essence Flux, and then it's like Soraka, just global heal, oh, assist, free money, kind of thing. So, and everyone is actually, there's so much spam right there. Everyone wants to be famous, want to go live. Anyway, so it's actually very well played right there from MLE. They just, as you mentioned, they couldn't keep out the early advantage, the pressure right there. So they did fall into SAJ's into favor. Sorry.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
even look at Tariq's score. Tariq died 8 times in total with only 10 total assists. Not really that great because Tariq was kind of out of position at every single time. Sona took advantage of that and went in to, you know, exploit him for the fact that he was so up front that if a lot of damage was taken, Graves would have to come in and help to assist. And if Graves did that, Ezreal could return favor, as well as what we talked about, the Shatter. Now, every time he used the Shatter, what happened was the extra the extra armor buff that was, you know, the passive of Shatter would instantly be lost, and which, you know, enabled Graves to get damage a little bit more, which enabled Tariq to receive even more damage, and, you know, it didn't really work out all that well in the end. So if you're playing a Tariq in the future, what you got to take away from this is that use Shatter only as a means to kill.
Yes, or to means to make it so that it's the last hit for your AD carry to kill, in my opinion. Yeah, even though the cooldown is very quick, but the main reason you want to keep it up is for the armor buff, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was very fabulously played by both teams right there.
Definitely.
So before we go into the commercial break, we actually have something to announce. If you all have not watched the Hunters in the House, you would have not seen that banner, that special feeling where you see Jaeyoung and Vivi. Do you feel special now?
I feel this really warm feeling. It just seems like, you know, like a movie poster, like, oh, there could something develop there. And actually we were talking about this earlier, so the triangle and square.
Oh, the triangle and square.
So let's just explain a little bit on triangle and square. So at the moment, there's apparently something going on between Vivi and Juhuti. Don't know if that is actually true. But now with Jaeyoung being added into the picture and with Ellie as well being in that picture, the love triangle has kind of evolved into a love square.
Yes, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they fight out. Or maybe it's going to be even more complicated if Ellie falls for Jaeyoung instead.
Oh, then it will be like a really full square. If you guys want to actually see more of this development of this plot, let us know in the comments. I mean, on the production side of Singapore and the production side of Malaysia here, I'm very, very sure they'll be happy to
obliged to it.
Yeah, to make more episodes to explore this plot from in the house and in the league.
Yes, so for those of you who have not watched it, it's gonna be the commercial breaks later, as well as, you know, you can go to YouTube and find it, Hunters in the House. So do stay tuned. The next match will be our very own KL Hunters against Saigon Jokers. If we do not match to miss, hopefully it won't be a base race against. If not, if they lose, I have to go and show them who's boss.
The base race was so close. But with Saigon Joker's performance here, we also have seen KL Hunters perform really well in the Season 2 qualifiers that just happened over last week. It's going to be a really good match.
Yes, definitely. So do stay tuned, and we'll see you after the commercial break. I'm TeddyTibbers.
And I'm Justin. See you after this.
Didi is coming.
So?
He must have a thought for your sister. She has no idea how special Didi is. I knew this is my chance with her. There she is. Didi.
What's this?
It's LOL. It's League of Legends. Want to play?
Okay.
Yes! GG sucker! Don't worry, I'll carry you. Didi, just choose the most OP champion.
But there's no champion OT.
B. I asked you to bet already, right? Hey, Aldi! Oh! Don't worry, Didi. I'll win this game for you. GG sucker. GG sucker. How's that?
Hi, Deputy. Sure, I'll come to your show tonight.
Your style was holding, ripping jeans, skin was showing. All night we was glowing. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at your baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number.
Gaga, ooh la la, Loma, mama, gaga, ooh la la. Rolling. 3, 2, 1.
Cannot to laugh. Wait, stop!
I can do it.
3, 2, 1.
J.O. victory, so let's take 3, 2, 1. Victory! Yes! GG suckers! J.O.
Epic challenges. It's Team Singapore taking on Team Malaysia in a fight to the death. Now let's meet the guys.
From Singapore, Southeast Asia's #1 shoutcaster, me, Jehuti, and pro player Tofu. And from Malaysia, not the #1 shoutcaster, TeddyTibbers, and KLH star player Monkeys.
For the first challenge, the guys will have to maintain a facial expression like this while having a ride on this.
Apparently I was too big, they couldn't buckle me up, so I had a free escape from this challenge. I had my replacement Sean do it.
When the moment at falling down is a little bit scary.
And for our second challenge, the teams will have to pick 3 secret ingredients, which will then be blended with milk to make some awesome concoction. Then they will have to drink their appetizing treats as quickly as possible. You guys hungry? Yeah! We're gonna let our guest from Malaysia do the pick first, so guys,
I think I picked the right side.
Yeah, left is always right.
Does anything look worse than the other?
let's find out the secret ingredients that these guys will be having. Ta-da!
Delicious apples.
Like cheese.
What is that?
What the?
You can do the honors.
Chunky or smooth?
This smells really bad.
Oh my god!
I thought I was paid to play this.
It's quite delicious.
It's chocolate sauce, chocolate milkshake coming up.
Drink!
The moment the liver touched my throat, I just have to stop.
Yes, so I won this competition, sort of. I think I'm gonna puke soon, maybe. I don't want to say. Oh. I can't think right now, sorry.
And the winner is, after dominating both the challenges today, Team Malaysia. Here's your awesome cash prize.
Thank you.
Malaysia Boleh! And for the losers, as I was saying, for the loser and the traitor, we have an epic punishment.
The most convenient way to unveil your sexy smooth skin for up to 4 to 6 hair-free weeks. I think my hair is too long for this.
Please be gentle. Gentle, Mope. Please be fast. I think it's gonna hurt really bad. It's so smooth. What brand is this? I think it's quite good for my girlfriend.
It looks ridiculous.
I hate being born hairy. Yeah, I kind of put one of the straps on my wound. I hope I don't bleed. Let's go! I think you blew my wound away! Is this hair? Oh, okay.
This is the most disgusting collection of hair I've ever seen. Would you date me now?
I still feel better doing this than drinking that cheese yogurt liver milkshake.
So smooth now. I'll fall for you.
Stop touching my legs!
So let's take a look at the awesome cash prize.
Yeah, awesome.
You can keep the paper. Also cash prize paper.
That's it for this week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and you could be our next lucky winner. Do check out our other videos. Till next time, this is Tuna signing off.
Back to Garena Premier League Week 13, Day 1.
It is week 13 and with me here is TeddyTibbers, the amazing champion that helped Malaysia win 1 victory above Singapore.
Would you like to join me next time?
I
could
actually-
make the concoction for
I
you.
actually wouldn't mind.
Yes.
You saw, that Manila just drinking it all the way down right there. No flinching whatsoever, where everybody else were puking and didn't want to do anything with it. TeddyTibbers the man.
Yes, it's mind over matter. But Tofu was the one who said it first in the beginning. But after he drank that drink, he said, no, there's no such thing as mind over matter. I suppose it was an interesting experience. I couldn't eat anything for 4 hours after that because I had to recover my stomach from all the toxic waste. inside of it from that drink. So, wow. I so hope you guys enjoyed the lovely scene of looking at GMBB's ass, I suppose. Some people did comment that ass.
People did comment on that, and I mean, the first thing when I saw that video I saw was like, oh, okay. That was the first thing that ran through my mind. I think that was the same expression I even said when I was watching. I was like, oh, okay.
So anyway, we're going to move into game first, and we'll give you a brief introduction for everyone. So we can see the bans are actually being taken out very quickly for SAJ's side. They really know what they want. Actually targeted ban for Nunu, I believe, because like KLH or Hagane and Jeon's combo has been compromising a lot of Nunu and Ezreal together.
That is true, and also, I mean, this week's promotion, talking about KL Hunters, was about the support Yordle Hagane.
Yes, we'll show you his picture later on top of the Yeti.
On which on top of the Yeti, I thought it was really cute.
Yes.
I know, I mean, Hagane in real life is a pretty small person, especially when he stands next to the both of us. Like, I may not be big in size, but you know, I'm pretty tall.
Yes.
And Teddy is both tall and, you know,
humongous
out there. So Hagane, you know, kind of looks like a Yordle next to us.
Oh, actually the last ban champion is Ezreal. I suppose because KLH is unable to get the Nunu and Ezreal combo together, they decided to ban that champion instead. Because they do not want Nyx Water to play Ezreal mid maybe, or they don't want to, they just don't want to get against Ezreal AD carry at the bot lane.
Yeah, I think that will be it. It's more of to Nyx Water not using Ezreal mid, because that can be really potent as well. But what's interesting is that Malphite is being allowed to be used. I mean, Saigon Joker's picking him up really quickly. Malphite is a scary jungler with his gank potential. He's also a very solid top laner. We did see Monkeys use an AP Malphite on top before this. He did use that in Season 2 qualifiers. It worked really well. And Jaeyoung on the side of KL Hunter is going to be using Corki and Sona. Those two melons. Those two melons. It's like the old man and this busterful girl, like.
So there's a total of 3 melons, because the old man is like in a big melon.
Yeah. It depends if they use like the UFO Corki or what. Yeah, it seems like a
or
melon.
the pumpkin, I suppose.
Oh, that could be a really good first skin idea.
Yeah, so for Disruption, not getting Taric, as maybe they did see Taric was a bit useless last game. They did make Taric useless, so to speak.
I think it was because of a mechanical failure. I mean, when using Taric, that wasn't all that well executed, but Blitzcrank.
Blitzcrank is going to be very interesting, because the grab actually can allow Graves to use his quick draw.
Yep.
And he actually saves just, the pool is here, I guess, buckshot first, shoot 2 times, maybe a flash or just quick draw and chase you.
Exactly, and then he still has his flash on top of it as well. So that's pretty interesting to see Blitzcrank. But also the AoE, where Malphite does come in with his unstoppable force and like rampages through everybody.
Yes.
We do have Blitzcrank that can come out and silence everybody on top of it, so.
It's going to be interesting as Dawn gets to play as Maokai, as I believe Maokai is one of his best champions so far. We've seen him uses it quite a bit.
And he's actually quite proficient in it, being able to throw down his saplings, provide vision, doing really good ganks. But LeBlanc gets picked up as well.
Oh, so they're going to stick with the LeBlanc strategy right here. Or maybe
And Nyx Water still has teleport up as well.
So maybe it's going to be a double AP comp with Malphite as a jungle. The ganks might not be so strong, but in terms of the team fight in the mid games, it's going to be very hard to deal with.
Well, we need to see what's the final pick from Saigon Jokers as we're counting down into it. If Malphite is stopped and is playing perhaps an AP Malphite, that could go really severely. Or but it's going to be an Irelia top and a Malphite jungle, so
it's a copy of Olaf, so to speak. Because because the passive will allow her to be similar to Olaf in the team fight overall, in terms of being able to cancel out the crowd control very quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, she receives reduction of crowd control, but Olaf's ultimate Ragnarok just cancels everything at once.
Yeah, but
obviously Morgana.
It's going to be very interesting to see, because Morgana is a better lane pusher as well, but in comparison to Twisted Fate needs more AP in order to achieve that, but Morgana just needs 2 to 1 rings. Or even one.
One,
Just
even
max.
one, depending on what runes and masteries he has, one could be already sufficient.
Yes. So this is going to be quite interesting as both the top laners have ghosts. It's going to be like, they're going to charge in onto the AD carries, both of them, definitely.
I mean, pretty much, Irelia and Olaf is known for that, being able to chase down and push the carry away from the team fight, forcing them to retreat or a backwards flash or something of that sort to help out. But we don't see really that much CC. So we have Irelia and Malphite that can launch a stun on the other side. On the other hand, on KL Hunters, we have 2 snares and 1 stun.
So you have 2 snares, 1 knockup, 1 AoE stun, 1 slow.
What's the knockup?
You're so bad. Maokai's punch.
Oh, the arcades. I mean,
That's a slight knockup.
It's a slight
but
knockup,
It's considered as a stun because it does cancel channeling spells.
yes, that is right. But we don't have any channeling spells on the Psycho Joker side, so no worries there. I'm actually quite interested to see. I mean, I'm very sure that KL Hunters was watching the previous match. Do you think that Goldens would have, thought of a counter rune page or counter strategy? So let's just have a look about what he is doing, what he has designed for himself.
So it's actually going to be quite similar, but in terms of the flat magic resist, it's not going to be pure flat magic resist. Actually, going to go for 9.9 magic pen. In game, in your stats, I believe it does become 8.
Yes, it does actually
Yes.
become.
I mean, sorry, not 8. I mean 10. Wow. Yes. Why are you following me?
I decided to follow you, but I followed you to treachery. No.
Yes. So the masteries, I believe, will be 2109. The very
Yeah.
basic. Yeah, but actually getting more. Look. Oh yeah. For Morgana, you just need to plant that swamp, so the physical damage does not really.
Swamp? Swamp?
Yeah, swamp.
That's what you call it? Swamp? You mean tormented soil.
It's a swamp. Anyway, moving on. Also, let's take a look at QTV. For Irelia, I know it's very rare to see Irelia nowadays. I mean, in comparison to much more top
Look
lanes.
at that. Flat armor across 27 armor with some health regen. for
I
5.
believe Irelia is going to go to bot with this rune set.
It looks like it's going to be another lane swap as well.
Mm-hmm.
What will Olaf actually have to counter this? Like, Olaf will be laning on top. Will they suspect the lane swap? Seeing the last game.
In my opinion, I believe that both sides will actually swap lanes. But let's take a look at Monkey's runes and masteries, because from what I know, lately KLH has been practicing quite a bit on dual AD top and one melee at the bottom, because they want to maintain that early advantage, breaking it down the tower, moving on to Dragon after that. But from here we can see it's actually going for a mixed mash jumble thingy.
There is flat health regen, there's health regen per level, there's magic resist per level, there is the basic armor there, and then we have also flat magic resist. So overall, just really, really tanky.
Yes, so let's take a look at mastery. It's going to be 921. No, it's actually
121.7.
22.
Okay.
22.
22.
22.
My math is bad. Oh no. People know my math is bad.
Actually taking all the points in damage reduction.
Yes,
definitely, yeah.
Abominable is taken up as well, so
It's very interesting to see.
super tanky.
Yeah, it's going to build more tanky in the early stages, not just the late stages, transitioning into, well, the favorite build of his Shurella, I suppose. We have seen
Yep.
the build's a bit different for monkeys. That because you're Olaf early stage, you just need to swing, reckless
His
swing.
reckless swing, and
Through
then,
damage.
he's undertow by picking up his axe continuously. If he can do that with a few, successions, it definitely will hurt a lot.
It definitely can be
A
able,
lot.
be able to take down any champion. So, before I talk about it, let's take a look at the support Yoda we have. The picture we want to show you guys. If you guys have not seen it yet, we've been too busy throughout the week.
It's really, really cute.
Yes.
I find it really, really fun.
Yeah, it's very cute. I'm quite amazed that the Yeti has not eaten him yet.
He looks cute. Garena looks cute. I mean, the little smiley face at the side there is really cute, and I mean, it really fits his personality. He's a really good support player. He's as small as a yodel. It's like a match made in heaven.
No, I've seen the Taiwan streams that comment about him. It's like, what is he, a primary school student?
No, he actually is not a primary school student.
Yeah, so will this supporter be able to carry Hunters to the top 3 position? So right now, I believe the game has begun, unless I've been misinformed again and Justin knows something about
I
it.
will let you know whether the game has started, and the game actually, they're in the loading screen at the moment, and we will momentarily go into there in I'm going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
No.
You cheated me again.
I just like playing with your feelings. You know how I feel about you, right? So.
No, I don't know how you feel about me. That's not wrong. I'm gonna stay.
No, okay.
a bit further.
Let me rephrase.
Let me move out of the screen. Anyway, so I believe the game has started. So let's actually move into the game. So
Yeah.
no, I've been cheated again. Wow, all the misinformation. So I'm just gonna skip the beginning of the game for now. Let's.
I need to explain myself. But before I explain myself,
do not waste my time. Anyway, moving on. We'll talk about season 2 a bit right now. Oh, never mind. Actually, ignore me. I mean,
everyone is trolling you.
Anyway, so we're gonna see nothing happen. Nothing.
Pretty much everybody's going to
Well,
spread
actually,
out.
everyone's, no, sorry. Actually, everyone's shining into the mid lane right there. They know something is happening.
Olaf is top.
Olaf is dancing. He can teleport to the wall. Oh! No, this will be a wall anyway.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, one more not famous picks. I mean, item picks for Sona right now is actually going for more mana pots in the early stages. Because she can spam so quickly right now, she gets mana hungry very quickly.
Yeah, she needs the mana if she's going to be effective. Whether it's going to be a slight pause, keyboard problem, 1 sec. There we have that.
Okay, so right now we're going to move back to us, and Justin will be able to explain itself. Let's go into the season 2 Singapore finals slightly. The banner, please. Do not ignore me.
Yeah, so it's going to be season 2
No, I'm being ignored.
qualifiers for Singapore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, but never mind.
30 seconds
The game
until minions
has
spawn.
resumed, I believe. Never mind. Let's so for those of you who want to know more information about this, it's actually going to be on this Sunday. For all those teams, you should really tune in. There are a lot of important information there. So right now, we're actually going to move into the game. So right now, everything's begun. Everything's moving back to normal. We see multiple saplings. Can I take a look at the? Oh, never mind. Let's see a fight right here. 1v1. Nope. Monkey is going to fall back. Not sure where everyone else is. Yeah. So it's definitely 2 saplings in the brush. Yeah,
Minions
1
have
ward being
spawned.
planted already, I believe. Yes, definitely one ward and 1 sapling right there. So no fights happening, no counter jungling happening, so we're just gonna see a very peaceful start, so to speak. Unless suddenly somehow something happens.
No, it's pretty much peaceful. Nobody wants to really make a mistake. Nobody really wants to get, the first blood at a risk. So people want to play kind of safe. And both the junglers are relatively fast junglers.
Oh, there's actually no lane swap.
But Olaf goes back and teleports. Where?
You teleport back home to buy a ward. Oh, he actually used his summoner spell teleport instantly after that. So he wants to be more aggressive, maybe. I believe that's in his plans.
I think he just wants to be a little bit safe. So, I mean, he had that little advantage. So maybe that's why he takes it out early, because I highly doubt there's going to be any sort of major engagement where teleport is required in the next, 2 minutes or so.
You never know.
We never know, but it's like a calculated risk that everybody pretty much takes, and I think it's a pretty valid risk that you can actually take.
Definitely. Also, you can see Golden's being very aggressive, trying to push LeBlanc away as quickly as she can. Well, he can, but let's say she.
Oh, the confusion, the gender confusion. Undertow misses, Domri comes in. Ooh, actually Benjamin is there. Once again, Undertow misses yet again.
The knockback actually. Oh, he's gonna push it a bit far. Wow, actually stopping his right there. Suppose advantageous position. Oh, never mind. There goes the grab right there. All fights going around all over the place right there. Jeong being aggressive, poking each other, but this guy is going to be safe because Jeong knows about that. Not going to be too aggressive because he still has his mana barrier.
Yeah.
But he can opt to be aggressive against Grave just now because if he uses his buckshot and the grab for this kind cooldown is too long.
That is true. But then again, Hagane is really low as well. Will Golden's flash out of this? Maokai is coming in.
No, Maokai is going to go back to the race. So right here you see all the trades going on. The stun is going to go on. The Ignite going on. Monkey is going to get caught right here. Undertow hits.
He's not using any of his pots. Why is he not using any of his pots?
Because his ghost is OP. And there goes the pots as soon as he reaches
his pots.
Power.
That could have actually gone pretty badly if Irelia managed to blood surge.
Oh, it's actually a first blood at the ball lane right there. So all the action happening in this game, not sure what's happening. We just see all the fires happening. And Jeong being a bit too aggressive. I thought he was smart. He knew that the mana barrier would still be there. He would not opt to be aggressive to try to take down.
I think something maybe went wrong, like a glitch on their side, because Jim must be known for a pretty good player who makes really good calls. I think he kind of forgot about the Blitzcrank's mana barrier, or
He just wanted revenge for his father.
perhaps his poor yodel friend went down.
So much enraged, too much rage, overpowering him, overcoming.
Overpowering. Yeah, there's a lot of emotions that being up there. But what happens is that Saigon Jokers is now up to 0.
And we can see that the early half going down to Blitzcrank, definitely showing that he is much more richer now in the early stages. And we're going to
The Heart of Gold is going to churn out huge amounts of gold, in the upcoming minutes, in the next 10 or so minutes, it's going to be huge amounts of gold that's going to collect there.
You see Monkey pushing the lane a bit too far now, being very cautious, not sure whether he's going to get ganked at all. And Malphite is at the bottom lane, but he doesn't know about that because there's no walls to reroute or anything. He's going to opt to go give a reckless swing right there, and QTB just tanking the minions, doing a very good job, placing it so well that the minions do not reach the tower range. So he still can farm no problem at all. Oh, we see QTB being a bit aggressive right there. Not sure why, but just trying to trade hits or maybe trying to repair the gank for Malphite, but Malphite is actually still in the middle, being very aggressive, trying to push Goldens away every single chance he has, as Goldens is going to opt to push the lane as quickly as he can. So I suppose that was,
Goldens has been known to be an amazing farmer. He can literally sit in lane and just farm all day long. So denying him that farm means that he's kind of throwing off KL Hunters just a little bit more, especially since the bottom lane has kind of lost out a bit.
So we see it'll go down onto Juni right there. Sona pushing Blitz away from the brush because Maokai is in position, but I'm not sure what is going on. I believe Maokai is going to fall back. There's not going to be any ganks that's going to happen.
But Gale may get caught right here, and true enough, he gets caught. Oh, Valkyrie's just in time out of
Yes, but Ignite does go up, so it will still be in his advantage. We can see right now Violet going to chase after Monkey, and Maokai with his boost of mobility is going to be much more potent in his ganks overall, and he's moving to the mid lane for a gank soon, I believe. But he's just waiting for the perfect time. As Malphite is moving into position as well. Here goes Dom. Wow.
Lucky.
Double distortion. But here, Nix Water actually opts to go back into the fight right there, knowing that he will be safe, but he does use up all his mana from that. So right now, KLH has been pushed back quite a bit in all lanes.
Yep.
So we're gonna just see how this plays out. And Blitzcrank as a support is actually has a hidden pressure, so to speak, to all champions in the lane.
Pretty much. I mean, because you can get grabbed if you're a little bit out of position. If the Blitzcrank is able to land that grab, you not only receive a huge amount of beating from the thing, but you also means that in the bottom lane, your other partner has to come in and help, which makes your partner vulnerable and miss out in some CS. So there's an innate sense of danger. We need to ward really well against Blitzcrank. And even warding will still not be able to help you if you didn't make a positioning mistake.
Yes.
Which what was Jing did that song.
So we can see that Sona has a lot of wards, but no boots and no other items being bought yet. So definitely one of those things that Blitzcrank force most support players to do, to play very safe. It's just about warding against him right now. As if you're part of position, then it's definitely going to be very hard for you to do anything at all. So you can see a trade going up at top, the true damage against true damage right there. Undertow being thrown a bit too far. Hoping Gangnam going to be a bit more tanky, but Monkey might not be able to survive this. Why did he not just run a straight line? I believe he was trying to dodge Irina's ultimate, but he might have
Oh, Jing is caught. Yeah,
really doing a very good job as a hooker. Right there. Sorry, one of
the hooking skills is off the chart, just amazing.
Yes.
Jeong getting caught with that hooking skill.
Definitely. So it's gonna be interesting to see how all the fights turn out right now. In terms of overall control, it's definitely in Saigon Jokers their favor right now. This first 9 minutes. So we're just gonna see how.
I mean, this pretty much seems like what the Manila Eagles game was. That the early advantage was there. But will they be able to continue it or not? So if they're able to continue with this pressure, with this hook,
Wow,
yeah,
Jaeyoung
again.
being very complacent this game, getting grabbed. Not like a boss, it's just bad to get grabbed. And you can see right now Olaf has teleported in. There was maybe a
Undertow goes
bit.
off once, Undertow go off again.
Yes, it goes off again. They're going to dive this tower. There goes the Crescendo. And Monkey's taking too much damage. And Dust goes down. It wasn't a good trade at all.
Feel the pain, but like you said, it's not good whatsoever in form of KL Hunters. They did bring Blitzcrank down, which is great, but Goldens might go down right here and bye-bye Goldens.
It's okay, this water will die as well. See, one thing that a lot of players don't know is that, oh, never mind, let's talk about the. Never mind, nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna die.
No, the dive's not gonna happen. Both of them are very, very low on mana. Was hoping for something to happen there, but Malphite is there. Maokai is around as well. If Malphite does his Unstoppable Force, they won't be able to do anything.
Unstoppable. Anyway, so talking about the tower damage, it's a lot of people don't notice. I think that it's always the same.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but if he's the champion, actually I believe it's 5 times, stacks up to 5 times. Every single hit it hits the same champion. It does more damage and attacks much faster.
Yes, it actually does. So, tanking tower damage tanking tower hits needs to be very, very smartly done. The more hits you're going to take, the faster it's going to come to you, and the hardest you're actually going to hit. So, especially at these low levels, it's not worth it to do a tower dive. Even if you're Alista and you use your ultimate, you're still going to get down pretty fast.
Yeah. It's like you must take the 3 hits and then you must change those hits to refresh that damage and attack speed buff. If not, it's not gonna bode well for you overall. So right now the game is it's still in the farming stages. No one is doing anything. Well, Monkey's having close to pop the Ragnarok. As he did die, he did lose out a lot of minions. It's a level 9 to level 7 right there. I really at level 9 and Olaf at level 7 with 2 deaths, with 1 assist at bot. We should go from the bot lane. Let's have this Ninja Tabi and Philosopher's Stone. It's gonna be able to slowly stack up in terms of money in comparison to Irida. But Irida is gonna complete that
Trinity
Force.
Force so fast. She already has Fate, she has Zeal. It's only a matter of time before Sheen comes out and then Trinity Force is right there. And what can Monkeys do about this? Monkeys basically can't do anything at the moment. What he can possibly do is he can farm at tower range. And look at that damage is having Judy coming with Unstoppable Force. Everybody gets melted. Bye-bye Dawn Murray as well. That's it.
You made a mistake. Junie is not the jungler this time. You don't notice it.
Oh, I did not.
It was Violet,
It
and
was
Junie
fine.
is actually playing support Blitzcrank. So I'm believing they did the swap because Junie is a better hooker. The main attraction. He is the better hooker.
He is the better hooker. My mistake there, I do apologize for that. Just getting a little bit too complacent, but looks like Jim could possibly get hooked once again. Will Junie be able to land the hook or not? Even catching Hagane would be a good enough trade there.
Taking Hagane will not be good. He'll put him into range for Crescendo, in my opinion. Do you not agree?
Possibly, but then again, even with the Crescendo's damage, Koki does not have, Jaehyung or Koki does not have enough damage to burst all of them down yet.
It's true.
So the buckshot can come in reverse, and things could spell kind of disaster, especially if the silence does go off from Blitzcrank.
Definitely. So right now we see that.
Woo! So close.
So close.
So close, yet
close.
so far.
Yeah, the hooker almost hit.
The hooker needs to work a little bit more and working on things. But it looks like Golden's is coming down as well. Dawn Murray is both hiding in the tri-bush.
They're trying.
Yeah, it is a tri-bush.
No, it's a tri-bush. It is a tri-bush. Just a different tri-bush. They're trying to aim for the gank. Nope, but actually gonna go for the blue buff first. And we can see that Grace and Blitzcrank using the mobility wise, they're moving very quickly. After they push the lane, there's no more minions. They're just gonna move away, go to clear the column very quickly after that.
This is something that a lot of people have actually done before. That they keep up in CS and they do not get into a vulnerable position of over pushing the lane or staying at the enemy tower, which is a great thing. So they don't actually need to plant all that many wards, and they also get to ensure that the jumps always hit. Oh, look at that damage.
Oh,
Jaehyung
Jaehyung
slow by
Valkyrie
Junie.
out and the being put back in. We see Maokai coming
Bye-bye,
to
Archie.
Very well played right there overall.
Jaeyoung very, very low on that trade.
He was forced to flash away. He Valkyrie in his straight line, and this guy was like, oh, straight line, hooker, hooking back, and the flash away to be safety. So it's actually very well played right there by Juni, being a very good
Will
hooker.
they go take Dragon? They can take Dragon.
They definitely should. And yes,
Yeah, it looks like they will be going, but I really did take out the top tower. And one tower goes to Saigon Jokers there. At the 40 million mark, it's already 5k difference.
And Olaf, because Olaf is unable to do anything at top lane right now, so that's why he's forced to.
Ooh, well, I'm not coming to steal it. Oh, no, the smite does go off. Dombury saving.
Unable
Dragon.
to use Suicide Advance right there because he was out of mana. And if the fight did occur, it will be not in their favor, as most of them had to use up all their mana to just burst down the dragon. Hook! Oh, there goes the
No,
ward.
the hook does not.
There's no hooking.
No hooking right here in bottom lane so far.
So with that dragon right there, KLH manages to push the goal differences by a bit more. So we're gonna see how they fare through this. As you can see, LeBlanc,
Oh,
wow.
no, look at that. Monkeys could get caught off here. The ward placements just, on point. Making sure that doesn't happen, but no, bottom tower does get taken out as well. So that's 2 towers now in favor of Saigon Jokers.
And also in the stealing of the raid buffs. It's an additional.
It's an additional slap to the face.
Yes.
That's what it is. I'm going to call it as it is. It's an additional slap to the face. Now, I mean, I have been a huge supporter of the KL Hunters from before, but in this game, it just seems as if things aren't going well for them at all.
Yeah,
At
I'm
all.
not sure. They seem to be not performing as good as they should for this game. Yeah, been making.
I mean, I casted the Malaysian Season 2 qualifiers, and I basically watched 4 games straight in a day of KL Hunters, as well as, I've casted other GPL matches with the KL Hunters in it and things like that. And this game just doesn't feel as if it's really them.
Yeah, definitely.
But on the hand of Saigon Jokers, they are doing an amazing job. I mean, props goes to them, man. They are not only able to win top lane really well, the bottom lane as well. Juni using, Blitzcrank to a really, really good potential, ensuring that Jaeyoung gets caught, gets hooked, gets damaged, and is now forced to be on the defensive. The middle tower goes down as well.
Yeah, so it's a 3-4-0 for towers in the favor of Saigon Jokers right now. And they might move the Baron because they are boss. No, I'm just joking.
Baron could be relatively soon. I would say around the 20-minute mark. If it does continue in this sort of fashion, and if they manage to take down Jaeyoung, Baron is very much in the future. I mean, who's going to stop them? What damage does KL Hunters have to stop them? It's just not there.
There is the smite still.
I mean, obviously, the smite still may be there. True,
Yes.
granted, that can happen. But what are the chances of that happening? If they bring down Maokai, there goes the chance.
Definitely. So we can see right now, next water, and he's actually going to wait for the blue buff to come out. Or he's going to try to gang the top lane. Right now, QTV being a bit aggressive,
Look at
trying
that.
to push on his advantage. Definitely going to have a Trinity Force.
Wow! Bye-bye, monkeys. And the best part about that is QTV did not even reach the 50% mark of her life, even though she tanked turret hits. Like, that's how much ahead Irelia is. With that Sheen proccing the additional damage, the Fade slowing down, the additional attack speed from Zil, the Giant's Bell on Olaf can't do anything. It's just not there.
Oh, he just got a Giant's Belt, by the way.
Like, I mean, so even in Ninja Farm, it does not even help.
not enough.
Irelia doesn't even have Berserk increase or anything.
Oh, there goes a very good pull right there.
Oh, right there, but Archie misses. The Cassandra does go off. Judy taking a bit of damage, and they're just gonna meet each other, slap around each other a bit in jungle.
You can see QTV as Irelia. Once she snowballs, it's gonna be very hard to stop her. And with the composition that KLH have, they don't have any abilities to knock her up. It's gonna be quite hard to stop her. The only thing they have is exhaust.
Remember you said about knock-ups and arcane smash? I caught you on this one! Oh, bye-bye monkeys yet again! That's 5-0 for Irelia. Every time Irelia goes in for the kill, she gets it.
Yes, actually goes become much more faster.
She can definitely go back and get Trinity. She can finish her boots. Don't worry, coming with Twisted Advance. The binding does go off by Goldens. Will they be able to bring down QTV? Violet is around there still. Violet does have unstoppable force. If anything were to happen, the other binding does go down to
It's going to be a double kill. Yes, definitely. QTV is going down from this. Yes, so is Violet. Violet's going to lose Oracle as well. Yes, this is what definitely something KL Hunters needed.
Amazing. I mean, this is great work and great coordination with Goldens and Don Murray, ensuring that the succession of binds and snares does hit. Now, Archie taking blue.
I think LeBlanc did steal their blue for KL Hunters. It didn't seem
It does look as if it's up, but it could be just the little lizards that's there.
Yep.
That could very much be it. And true enough, Arella does come up with Trinity Force, no problem. Not able to complete any sort of boots or any
I
sort
believe
of
she
thing.
can, just that she doesn't know what to get because she hasn't left the base yet, I believe.
Contemplating perhaps?
Yes. She's just like AFKing there, waiting for money for something like, oh, never mind, she's just walking on like a ball.
No, she's still stopping at the...
Okay, there you go.
There we have Berserker Greaves, additional attack speed. No, Giant's Belt and Ruby Crystal looks like it's going to be Warmogs for Irelia. Not only does she hit like a freaking truck, she's going to be super healthy with all the additional life there. It's not going to go well. It's, you know, just look at the difference. Morgana with all that damage and Maokai took forever to bring her down.
Yes.
What more now?
What more?
What more now?
It's okay. Irelia, just dive in so we can get a free kill again and then we can win this. Is that going to happen? No.
It can. Yeah, I'm not ruling it out entirely, but yeah, true enough, that is just one of the little lizards that's there. And
wow, there goes a blind hook again.
Ooh, Luciano coming in to help. Oh my god, so close. Will Coffee survive? Yeah, Coffee will survive.
The exhaust does go down. Now he's forced to flash away, and right now, oh, Olaf actually comes from behind. Did not see that happen. Did not see that at all.
The shield goes off as well. The binding, will it come up from Golden's? It does bring down Judy, pulling Don Murray away from Archie, maybe surviving it, but...
Oh, Hunky tanking too much tower. He's gonna die from this as well. It's gonna be another trade. Not sure whether that was worthy, but we can see LeBlanc getting quite low, misses his bind as well. Gonna be taken down. Nick's water very low, but manages to survive. Though Sona unable to get the last hit, and Koki is forced to move back. And there goes the double kill for Irelia. Irelia gonna move very quickly onto Sona. Nope. They see the Koki right there.
What will happen? They do have a ward in that tri-bush. They are chasing down Koki. Will Koki manage to survive, or will Irelia be able to jump on him?
No, Koki will survive.
Koki will survive. Very intense.
But right now, they're going to go for Dragon. It's definitely going to be a free Dragon, as Irelia does have attack speed and damage. And with the smite from Malphite, does he have smite? Nope, it's about to cool off range, but Dragon will definitely go down before that.
Just look at how fast Dragon is going down, even with Irelia and Malphite. Like, no problem whatsoever there. So, yeah, another Dragon goes in the favor. Oh, no, this is actually the first Dragon in favor of Saigon Jokers. The early Dragon was taken by KL Hunters.
So right now we're going to see almost 8k, 9k goal lead by Saigon Jokers. And most of the money is in Irelia's hand, which is not a good thing. Definitely, as we were mentioning.
Well, I mean, if anybody were to get fat, the most worth person to get fat will actually be Irelia, if not Malphite. They transition really well into late game, and you know, the more fed that they are, the more potent they're going to be, and you know, the more present they are going to be in team fights, which is what we have been seeing lately.
Oh well, yes, and we can see Irelia completing the Warmogs and with a Chain Vest as well.
Chain Vest, I'm guessing it's going to go into maybe a Thornmail, maybe a very quick GA.
Definitely not Thornmail, but I would say either Atma or GA would be more...
Sunfire. I don't know, she has been dashing in and being, you know, right in the middle of the
Sunfire is a bad item for Irelia, in my opinion. Never.
We shall see. It could be a Randuin's. You know, you never know. It could be she dashing.
I don't think it'll be Randuin so quickly because she did not get the half roll early.
Quickly, she has 7 kills.
I mean, I would know.
At 23 minutes, she has Warmogs and Trinity Force. Nothing is too quickly. Nothing is too quickly. Not for this Irelia, especially if she continues up, you know, in this sort of similar fashion. Definitely nothing so quickly. But Baron has not been taken yet. Hardly any warning actually for both teams at all throughout this game.
Because Saigon Jokers is controlling the map very well. They're always at the upper half, not at the lower half that much, unless they take the buffs.
Yep.
So they just have enough wards to see where
KL Hunters is actually moving around. So yeah.
So this is gonna be.
Ooh, could there be another
It's
trade?
gonna be another dive. Iron Fight just in the.
Oh,
position
look at that damage being dished out by Aurelia.
and taking very little damage overall from the tower.
Yep.
And with a sustain, it's gonna be very easy for her to come back in terms of health. You can see,
Oh, that hook.
yes, that hook missed. Did Jeong use his Valkyrie, or did he just
No, he just moved away. It was just barely out of reach.
Okay. So we see Violet getting caught. Nope.
Unstoppable force. Jeong does go melted instantly by right there. Violet escaping.
And QTB unable to be bind and stopped by Morgana, just totally diving,
Oh,
training
look
his.
at that.
Yes, the reckless swing
Oh,
though!
no.
It misses,
Oh,
yes.
yes. Reckless
Yes.
have a triple kill,
Oh, wow.
quadra kill by Graves on the other side of Saigon Jokers, and
There
but,
goes the
that-
inhibitor.
The inhibitor will go down, no problem there. It is an ace, in fact, for Saigon Jokers. I don't know, 13k with this close to 14k.
And one thing good right now is one thing good about junglers that don't need lanterns. They actually, when they get the early GB5s, they become a support jungler, so to speak.
Yeah.
You can see that
They fulfill two roles.
yes, they fulfill two roles: early stage support into tanky damage bruiser. But like you can see that Malphite does have the Shirella, and then
Yep.
Blitzcrank not building Shirella so quickly, actually going for Ziggs Herald, allowing Graves and Irelia to dish out just that
Even more damage. They have more life steal, they have more attack speed. It's just insane.
Yes.
I don't know what KL Hunters to actually do to come to come back in this. Even if they do shut down Irelia, Graves now is really fat. He has Lost Whisper, he has Bloodthirst that's fully stacked. We have the Phantom Dancer, and what does Corki has? Only one Trinity Force and one Vampiric Scepter.
Yeah, so let's just take a look at the goal difference. And we can see both Irelia and Graves are about the same CS and the same kills. And both of them are at 10k gold.
That is 2.2k higher than the highest member of KLH, which is Morgana at this point. No, which is actually Corki, so it's at 8k. So they're actually on an individual 2k lead. Now that's a lot of gold right there. A lot of gold.
Because it was shutdowns for Graves, that's why he got more money.
Just look at the goal difference. Hagane actually only has 39. 3,900. And that's very little at this stage of 27 minutes.
He got oppressed quite a bit in the early stages. He couldn't get any early GP5s. He just had to get more wards to fight against the
but
Blitzcrank.
look at Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank literally has double the amount of gold that he has.
I mean, Blitzcrank has hold his 2 GP5s. So I said he wasn't forced to make early Shirellas. He hold the Philosopher's Stone and went for the Ziggs Herald. Definitely still being able to get a lot more money. So we're gonna see. Yes,
That gets thrown out for
tree
vision.
right there. Grace being charged in. Don trying to.
Hagane staying behind there. Cassandra does go off.
They're taking off. Now fight, but the damage by Archie and Irina is a bit too high. Gonna be a bit hard.
look at
Hagane
that
does get
save.
saved right there. Very well played right there by Dongwei, but Dongwei is gonna go down. There goes there goes a double kill for Grace. So now Hagane stayed a bit too long right there.
Jaeyoung did not deal any damage. His Gatling gun was on, but bye Golden. No, it looks like Jaeyoung will actually say bye-bye. As well, they're going to chase him down.
They will have no problem chasing him down at this point. Oh, there goes a flash. Oh, very well played right there. All flashing around, just dodging each other's abilities. And they're going to opt to stop chasing him. Instead, he's going to go for the win right there. And at the side, when that fight was happening, Olaf was out of position and she got killed by Blitzcrank together with Nick's Water.
The whole KL Hunters was out of position, basically. The initial of the fight was pretty good, but when the fight actually broke out and they started moving towards the tri-bush, Jaeyoung was out of position, cocky. His Gatling gun could barely hit anybody from across the wall, and the whole thing was separated, so it didn't really go well at all. So even with the super minions here, it's going to buy a lot more time for Saigon Jokers. Buy them a lot more time to think, and true enough, they are doing Baron at the moment. Bring him down, look at how fast Baron is going down. No contest whatsoever. Will the smite go off on Maokai? The stuffing gets thrown, but it looks like
being pushed
bye-bye.
away by Irelia. Definitely unable to get close at all. So there goes, well, I suppose free, or we could say hard-earned, because they only got this free barrier because they placed a lot of pressure on the KL Hunters from the early stage to the end game.
Yeah, I mean, and he did take down the 2 inhibitors, which means that if KL Hunters were to, leave their lane and possibly do a 5-on-5 fight at Baron, what's going to happen is that the super creeps would have started to push into their base. And that's not good at all. You should never have super creeps within your base because you will now be confined to your base.
Yes. So with 2 inhibitors down and 0 towers taken for KL Hunters, it's gonna be quite hard to come back. They're unable to push out the lanes to get the extra goal from the towers. So right now they're depending a lot on killing the minions, and with the super minions there, it's not gonna be easy. And here goes the 3rd dragon of the game, gonna be taken down onto Saigon Jokers. There goes the monies.
Well, I'm gonna make a call here that if KL Hunters can make a comeback, it's going to be a miracle. But miracles don't happen every single time we watch GPL, so I don't think so. That's gonna happen. Look at that 5-man push. Look how strong and never
GAs
single.
right there. And Judy missing his hook instead getting a bind into the face.
But even with Morgana's bind and that, look at how little damage Juliet took. Which is not a healthy sign for KL Hunters. Not at all. They will be able to, if they just continue pressuring this turret, they don't even need to pressure, they just go right in there.
So right now they're going to jump to Archie for the 2 people behind, and then Olaf is going to take down Irelia. Irelia is actually just rushing onto JO, no problem at all. Now so Monkey decided that it's going to be useless to try to go on to Irelia, and it's a bit too slow after he moves to Grace, like after he decided.
You're just bamboozled, and so am I. Look at the amazing teamwork of Saigon Jokers being able to bounce around and throw away the turret damage to each other. The GG well played does go off. Indeed, Saigon Jokers did do an excellent, really mind-blowingly excellent job at countering KL Hunters in every single turn. The top lane did well, the bottom lane did well, and in the mid lane as well, LeBlanc did hold her own very well against Golden's Morgana, denying her farm out there. It is sad for KL Hunters, to be out there, but what this means is that Saigon Jokers does have a 1-up. Has gotten the lead to 3rd placing a little bit further, making it a little bit harder for KL Hunters or Mandalay Eagles to even come back in GPL at this point to cinch turn spot. So we're actually going to view the score screen right now.
I'm too emo for this. I leave it to you.
I will do it. Don't worry, Teddy. So we do see a lot of GP5s in total on Saigon Joker side, with pretty much everybody having a GP5 except for QTV and Archie. Everybody else had one there. So not only did all the assists going on from their Violet with 13 assists, that jungler just being everywhere making things happen. QTV with 10 total kills, making everything go super well in that sense. Hagane, which is actually pretty sad for that. Hagane with only 4.7 in the end.
Not even half of Judy's goal.
Not even half of Judy's goal, but he was basically shut down a lot, and this is what happens if you shut down the bottom lane, you shut down the support, the AD carry can't be anything close to it, so yeah. There isn't much anything that we can do, so great job on Saigon Jokers, definitely a great job. I would clap at this point for them, but that would be actually really loud. What I will do is that my hats off to you, like a salute to you guys out there. It definitely was a really good game.
Yes,
for Saigon Jokers, so
very well played.
Well played.
So I will hit you right now for supporting Saigon Jokers. Okay, before we move on to the last question, the question of the day, which everyone's been waiting for the Sri Lanka Garena Shouts, actually going to move back to the Season 2 Singapore Finals because there are some important announcements to make for it.
Yeah.
So for those of you that do not know, for those who have qualified for the offline component, you are required to apply for membership at AMK Chambers. And other chambers outlet will not be eligible before the start of the event. So membership at AMK Chambers is $1 Sing, and failure to do so will result in disqualification. And players must use the equipment provided by the cafe. No personal gaming peripherals will be allowed, and mouse pads are allowed. And there will be side activities as well for the supporters. They'll be giving out gifts, and there will be certain requirements to meet. So do reach back to our forum for more details about that. And it will be this Sunday in 2 days on August 2012 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Angmo Kyo Chambers. That sounded a bit wrong. Angmo is like, we say it's like
Caucasians.
Caucasians.
Yeah.
And the address will be Broadway Plaza number 2 to number 3.
Yeah.
So do look up the forums to see more updates on the side events that we have. As it's written right there, support your favorite team and receive free IP boosts. So I will not see you there on Sunday definitely, but the Singapore side will definitely see you there on Sunday.
I do believe there will be some additional casting as well. I'm not sure if that will happen, but it's going to be really good. I mean, Singapore has shown a lot of really strong teams, and whether Singapore Sentinels will actually, beat all of them and be the country representatives that will go on to Vietnam to play in the Season 2 qualifier with KL Hunters, with Manila Eagles, with Saigon Jokers that have already won their respective countries' competitions.
Yes, so it's going to be something exciting to see this Sunday, before GPL, so to speak.
It will be like, the lead up to GPL. So, if Singapore Sentinels does win in the end, and then there will be another Singapore Sentinels game on Sunday as well. So, I mean, hopefully Singapore Sentinels, do a really good, strong showing. They would have warmed up definitely for it. And I think they're going to do well.
Yes, definitely. They're going to perform. They're going to show some TSM tricks, maybe.
Maybe, but I mean, all the best to all the teams that will be participating. Make sure you pay attention to the rules and regulations and you register. Nobody wants to get disqualified for, a technical detail.
Yes, still that is very important. So moving on to what everyone has been waiting for tonight, the 300 Garena Shell cards. Watch GPL live casting and win!
I want to win that, actually.
You won it once, didn't you?
No, I did not. I tried once, but I didn't win, which is kind of sad.
Okay, so the winners will be announced on Facebook the following Monday. Shells will be credited on the following Monday after the weekend. The contest is only open to summoners on the Singapore and Malaysian servers. So the question is, what is the cutest skin in League of Legends?
The cutest skin. Yeah.
No, cutest skin, not the sexiest skin. Cutest.
Yeah, cutest. No, not in the sexy, cute way, but in the cute, adorable way. That's the difference.
I believe Cockmore might win.
Really?
A lot of girls like Cockmore apparently.
What, the caterpillar cockmore?
Not a caterpillar.
Like the monarch?
No, the
Lion dance?
lion dance. Yeah, lion dance.
I mean, is that cute? I mean, for me, the cutest skin is Panda Timo. I find him so cute, like so adorable. Like I just want to squeeze him and like make him explode.
Okay, so definitely Timo just earned another global taunt right there.
Yeah.
So once again, the question is, what is the cutest skin in League of Legends?
The cutest skin out there is
Definitely Tibbers. Reverse Annie.
It could be reverse Annie. That could be held. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see who can win the 300 GS. This is one of the more fun and interesting questions that we have asked throughout the series. So I'm looking forward to what you have to answer.
Okay. So before we end, of course, we're just going to give you an overview of the schedule that's coming up for tomorrow and the day after. There was a bit of a minor technical issue and communication error, so there was a bit. The actual schedule on GPL.Garena.com was off for this week, but the actual schedule for tomorrow is actually the Bangkok Titans against the Singapore Sentinels with Taipei Assassins against the Bangkok Titans, and on August 26th will be Singapore Sentinels against the KL Hunters with Manila Eagles against Taipei Assassins. Yes. Yeah. So do stay tuned for all these exciting matches coming up in the next 2 days.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really exciting. And for tomorrow and day after, it's going to be the Singapore side that will be casting there. So look forward to them. So you won't get to hear us though till next week.
You sound
very well. If Tibbers doesn't want to be here, I will be here.
You sounded very. I don't know. You sounded very. You're trying to seduce me. so I had to move a bit away. I don't know. Maybe.
Explain how that happened. If you understood, apparently I was trying to seduce him. Let me know in the comments or send me a personal message because I need to know.
Anyway,
Is there some chemistry going on here which I'm aware of?
bad chemistry. Anyway, moving on. So we'll see you again next week for the Garena Premier League. So I'm your host for the day. I'm TeddyTibbers.
And I'm Justin, and it was great being here with you.
Yes,
See you
we'll
then.
See you again next time.